for a thrilling episode of Bless This Mess.
Are we, though?
Is that what we're calling it?
That's what my notes call it. Very legitimately, it's just labeled Bless This Mess.
I mean, fair.
Yeah. So, to pick up from last time, the group returning from the abandoned city of Moonhaven returned to Stonecross with the children in tow. Once they returned to Agatha, they learned the myth of the Moon Maiden and the Wanderer, two individuals that were said to have gone to a promised land of sorts, over a mountain that borders Barovia. When they returned to Barovia, they were deified in some way. A myth built up around them and the story that they brought. This was a story that seemingly gave people hope, but many had forgotten it over the years. The children, though, they believed, and it was this belief that gave at least Cass the idea that maybe there might be some truth to this story. So she requested a map, which, by the way, I have it now.
Ooh, do we have like a map to look
Oh
at?
shit!
Yeah.
Get a load of that
Hell
map.
yeah.
A map in which she noticed that there was a town by the name of Dawnhearth approximately halfway between where Stonecross was located and the mountains that might have been the source of this myth. The group decided that this might be their best chance at finding freedom for these people. But instead of going on blind faith, they decided to investigate first. Given the fact that this was quite a journey, the group had to decide to leave the village behind for the time being and distract themselves from the original objective, Clive's revenge. Leaving Stonecross behind, the group emerged from some tunnels, once more getting onto the empty, broken plains of Barovia, where there was little more than a harsh, greasy sky above them, with clouds that were always shifting and churning, and barren land before them, with only the occasional dead tree off to the side or roads or rocks sticking out of the ground. Starting their journey, they had to break camp, where they had to camp out at least one night, where it was a rather uneventful night that they spotted a creature of some sort sniffing around, but they managed to hide from it until it left. The second night, they found themselves in a small forest clearing. And it was this night that they heard was it Navori and Kess that heard it first?
Navori and Maria.
Navori and Maria, that's correct. Navori and Maria heard the sounds of something lurking outside of the camp, sounding vaguely like the flapping of wings, though nothing ever came too close. Swapping out shifts to the jocks, Minnow and Sybil, the two that can't see anything.
They had Boon.
That's true, they do have Boon.
Boon makes all the difference.
He does. Once more that flapping sound was heard, and this time closer. So close that it sounded like it was only a few feet away. And we're picking up right there with Sybil and Minnow. Give me perception checks immediately, please.
I don't remember leaving off on this. If I'm being
good.
honest.
Yeah.
How come bad things happen on our turn every time we go
their
to
turn
sleep?
was the last turn.
Because we're
It was
jocks.
just starting to be morning, and then it happened.
Yeah, for the best.
Boon, help.
Yep. Boone can make a perception check as well for a sniff.
I did fine.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, but Boone can always get a 20.
Dog is fine, yes.
Oh my gosh. Hey.
So, Boone catches the scent of something rotten and sweet.
He doesn't like it.
It's very close. Sybil, it's dark. You're uncomfortable.
Wow.
You hear this, but you have no sense of where it's coming from other than it's in front of me somewhere. You stop and you squint, and you listen as intently as you can, and you look, hoping your eyes adjust to the near darkness around you. And you see something. The vague outline of something fluttering through the trees. It's difficult to really get a bead on what it looks like due to the darkness. But you see an outline of it, and it looks sort of like a blanket passing between the skeletal trees. And it doesn't seem to have noticed you. Well, at least it's not coming directly at you, but it's just kind of languidly floating along.
Wow, we were joking about plastic bags
Yeah.
in the wind,
I need Sybil, Boon, and Minnow to make stealth rolls.
but... okay.
Like a plastic bag.
Yeah.
A
Oh, no.
4!
Oh my god!
Ooh, fun and fresh and cute. I love her rolls.
No.
Alright, let's see Boon's.
Is either perception or what was it?
Stealth.
Stealth. Oh god, what's
Fuck
Boon?
nothing he can do in the face of this blunder, quite frankly.
I mean,
Trying.
Boon can hide.
One moment, I had to figure out what his stealth is.
Oh my
Dex
god.
probably.
Oh wow, his stealth is actually really fucking good. Damn.
Oh, dogs.
Famous dog.
Yeah.
2 spooked by plastic
All right,
bag.
Nailed it, guys.
So, you guys try to be quiet.
Uh-huh.
Try being the operative word.
But, Sybil, you sneeze. Just
Nailed
a
it.
full-on, just loud,
just-
honking sneeze. And
I
Minnow,
was
this
just
frightens you enough to yelp. And Boone just does that thing where a dog skitters around, scared by some noise, but not scared enough to cry out.
Oh, God.
Okay, but is this enough noise to wake anybody up,
I'm
or is it
sure.
just...
Well, first,
I mean, we
I
did fuck
need-
up pretty bad, so...
first, welcome to combat. I need you guys to roll for initiative.
Oh boy.
You're not
Here
the
we
boss
go, a
of
whole
me.
5!
Sorry.
Oh, people
Um,
are actually gonna beat me on initiative now because I rolled.
A 5.
Nice.
Really knocking it out of the park with these rolls tonight.
Do you want to go first, or should I?
Yeah, do you want to just roll it off? I
Damn,
don't know.
yes.
Just fucking just wakes up.
Child.
I mean,
Sits
I
up.
guess Sybil will go first just on virtue of already being awake.
alright.
Cast.
Navori can buff everyone
Yeah.
last.
That's how it goes.
Maria and Clive, you guys, do you want to decide who goes, or do you want to
Oh,
roll off?
Have Clive go first. He's probably a little more alert than Maria is.
Okay.
Mario wakes up and stares at the rock behind them.
Yeah, honestly.
Alright, well, before anything can happen, you are immediately set upon by something that drifts close to you, Sybil.
Uh-huh.
It's very
Fucking-
difficult
I
to catch
can
the
see
sight
it.
of
Get a
but-
load of that bat.
Get a load of that bat.
with it a little bit closer, you can catch the outline of wings beating slowly, and the thing that was flapping in the wind is
Mhm.
actually something just long and dangling beneath it.
Oh,
Well,
it's like
I
a
can't see that.
jellyfish with a bat.
Jellyfish bat!
Oh, can I have a token for Kashak?
Oh, yes.
Oh, I
bird.
need to draw your
The-
weird bird.
The large verb.
What? Vulture. Let's see. Oh, god damn it. Ooh, that's creepy. That's unpleasant.
Gimme.
No, I can't. It's a premium one, so I can't. But I
Aw.
don't like that. I don't like that at all. Ugh. That's not a bird. That's a fucking spaceship.
What?
Well,
Kashaw
Um,
can be a spaceship.
A bird can be anything it wants to be.
it's
Okay.
a bird. It's a plane.
until I get something better. There you go.
It's large sized.
Okay. Let me give it. Or, yeah.
Stretch the bird.
Stretch the bird. Yeah. There you go.
Okay. Actually, while I'm in here, let me go ahead and make a thing for bird. Okay, shot.
Pushing the bounds of bird.
Okay. All right. Well, Sybil, this is going
Uh-huh.
to hit you with something. You don't know what it is.
Splat.
That's a hit.
Okay.
That's a miss. So,
Alright.
you take 5 points of necrotic damage, and I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. It'd be cool if I could roll higher than a 10 tonight. Yeah,
Hey.
19.
Okay, cool. Well, whatever is trailing beneath it quickly snaps around, and you feel something wet and long just grab onto your skin, and it stings, and you feel something try to suck out of you.
Oh my
Um,
god.
And it's just disgusting, and you can barely see this. So it's very unpleasant.
She says aside to Minnow, whatever that is, it really wants my blood, and I hope it's my blood, not some other liquid. Ew.
Oh my god.
Minnow, another one emerges from the shadows, languidly, slowly floating towards you. That's a miss. That's another miss. This one tries to come at you with its tendrils and misses. Just kind of flails gently at the wind. The assessment that it's kind of like a jellyfish is correct.
Oh, good.
Oh boy.
They're just judging based on what they did to you, Sybil. It's like a jellyfish, but with like entrails instead of tendrils.
I don't even know if Sybil's seen a jellyfish.
No. All right, now we are around to Kess's turn.
Okay. So here's what Kess is gonna do. She's gonna get up, and she's gonna go, huh, huh, and then she's gonna smack the one that attacked Sybil.
Immediately.
Immediately. She can see what it is. She doesn't need any. She's gonna smack it two-handed.
Okay.
She just reaches over and claps it. Is that not what a two-handed smack is?
Yeah.
Okay, there's my. Alright. In fact, she's gonna hit it twice.
All right. It's a hit. And a
She's gonna
crit.
crit it, apparently.
Hey.
A hit and a crit.
Kess does
You
not like
crit.
being woken up.
She
Not
hates
at
this.
all.
Angry.
Wow.
She
Please
is
be
woken up
advised.
on the wrong side of the bed. And
Yeah.
That's the first one.
All right.
And then this is the crit.
Okay. What?
15 plus 20
Yeah.
is a 21 for the crit.
Yep. So we got 9 plus 21. Cool. Yeah, you smack and you kind of like golf swing this thing. And it's enough to send it reeling, but it doesn't take it down.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Kess is distantly like, huh.
Minnow, you're up.
Oh, man, I was gonna smack the thingy in front of her face.
Okay.
Yep. Let's see. $14 and 10.
Both miss.
Oh no.
Oh.
Well, that's that. Maybe she should think about a torch next time.
The creature kind of bobs and weaves out of the way, displaying the only amount of speed you've seen thus far. Clive.
Clive can't see shit. So, Clive is sick of not being able to see shit, so Clive's gonna light a goddamn torch.
Watch there be
I don't
like
know why I was
800
anticipating
around
the word
them.
candle.
Lights a
Yes.
candle in the wind.
Yeah.
Oh no, I already see. Welp,
Oh,
there's some more.
It's fine.
So the light flares up, and you hear the cry of things in the distance. Just this loud chittering sound, some sound that sounds like coyotes out hunting, maybe.
no.
And immediately you guys are greeted with the sights of these gruesome floating creatures that they're mostly these human heads, it looks like. Maybe human heads if they've been in the sun for a little too long and are dead.
Jesus!
So, you know, like kind of like
Not like
taut
human heads.
leathery skin pulled tight against a skull.
I don't
Oh.
like it.
With ethereal bat-like wings coming from behind them, and just a spinal cord and entrails trailing down below them, spread out.
Clive has regrets lighting this torch. But he almost wishes that he hadn't seen this.
Yeah. All right. That is your action, isn't it? Yep.
I believe so.
Yep. You want to move? You want to move Boon anywhere?
That's like a rock behind Clive, right?
Yes.
Ooh, that's
Clive retreats to higher ground.
yeah. How big is this rock actually?
About 10 feet high.
Yeah, he's gonna climb up it.
Okay. You scramble on up the rock. All right, Maria, you're up.
Well, now that she can see the horrible, horrible things she doesn't want to be seeing, she's gonna shoot at him. Let's see. No, and probably not.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
She's
You guys
just-
are way too unhappy.
She just woke up. She can't deal with this.
She's only got one eye to begin with.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
this is rough.
Imagine how bleary that one eye is. Yeah, you fire off 2 shots, and the sound of a gun going off echoes through the open plains.
Jesus.
Good, great.
Simple.
Well. So, oh, okay. Sorry. I got real confused because I looked away for a moment and did not realize that horrible death machine is Kashak and not what we're fighting, and I felt dread for a moment. So, I mean, I'm just gonna... I should have thought about this beforehand because I realized that I have something that I can use, and I always forget how to use it because I'm good at D&D. I think I want to use Green Flame Blade, so...
Okay.
At 5th level, yeah. Okay. So she's gonna hit the first target as normal. I've been using Green Flame Blade wrong for a very long time, so just give me a moment. She's gonna hit the one for a minnow. That's a natural 20. Super cool, super fun, super fresh. That is going to...
Okay,
what the
cool.
fuck does my sword damage do? Why don't I have that just
It's a
right now?
D8.
Okay. Then why does my thing
Or are
say
you-
1d10? No, it takes
that's
1d10.
two-handed. Okay, so you're two-handing it.
Yeah, I'm usually always two-handed, honestly, because there's no
Okay.
reason to hit it one hand.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, it's a D10.
Alright. So it does that, and then it's gonna. The one behind it is gonna take this many
Okay. Well,
damage.
so the first one, let's see, that took 18 plus 4. It took 22 points of damage. That one, Sybil, when it this green fire just spurts to life on your blade temporarily, not enough to shed any light, and it just
Never use the word spurts again.
yeah, I'm not gonna. Sputters
No,
was the
please,
word I'm
by
looking for.
all means, continue.
I was looking for the word sputter, but went too fast. Yeah. It only exists long enough to spread across this strange creature, but it burns it away, the skin crackling, and the entrails burning up and shriveling, and it falls to the ground with a soft thud, dead. The one behind it takes 5. Okay, cool.
Yeah, just a little doink.
Okay. Oh god, my pen just stopped. There we go. Okay. Nave, you're up.
Okay, well, Navori absolutely woke up to the light and the gunshot and everyone doing their murdering and is just like, she kind of flipped out. She's like, whoa, what the fuck? And, she's immediately going to, like, on impulse, just sort of, like, bless everybody. So let's see. Right now she is going to use Bless at 2nd level, and that means it's going to cast Sybil and Clive.
Okay.
Hell
And
yeah.
when she does that, there's like this weird little swirl of wind around her, and it just kind of takes her up here. Like, she's just like, what the fuck? She's like a cat that freaked out and just jumped.
Yeah, I was
really
gonna
high.
say that. That makes me think of a cat that just
Yeah.
like, yeah.
That's exactly what it was like.
All right.
And she's just like, you know, this is gonna attract everything here. What the fuck is that? She's looking at the thing. And that's her turn.
All right. Well, that one is dead. So this one is going to fly over here to you, Cass, a little bit closer, and just come at you.
All right,
Uh,
bring it.
a 23.
Yeah.
And a miss. Okay. You take 5 points of necrotic damage, and I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
2 points of necrotic damage.
Yeah.
Constitution saving throw. My Constitution. No, actually not that bad. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, not that bad. That's fine.
You're a paladin.
Yeah. You also feel this like weird tugging sensation. Like it was trying to raise your blood to the surface, but wasn't able to, as one of its tendrils lashes out at you.
Moderately disturbing.
This other one is gonna come at you again, Minnow. It's a miss. That's a miss. All right. It tries, and you parry it with your Naginata twice. In the distance, you guys all hear chittering sounds that are getting closer, and they're coming from all around you.
Yeah.
It's hard to place them, but there's some from behind you guys, off to the sides.
We're in danger.
Right.
What gave that away?
Kess, your turn.
Okay. Hang on. So, like, DM,
Oh god.
Yes.
please tell me, how flammable do these trees look?
Oh dear.
No.
As a bonus action, I will let you make a perception check.
Sure.
You know what? They look pretty damn flammable as far as you're concerned.
Okay.
But You are no expert on trees. You just know tree plus fire equal burn.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's typically how that works.
um. Okay. Second question.
Mm-hmm. I will say, if you're
Yeah.
going to use a torch, you cannot do what you're trying to do all on this one turn.
All on this turn. Yeah, absolutely. No,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
You
No,
could
that's,
tell Navori to set something on fire.
Yeah. So
Everyone set things on fire.
Everybody all at once.
Everyone.
Um.
Smokey the Bear wouldn't appreciate any of this.
California doesn't appreciate this.
Yeah, California knows what it's like right now.
I'm like living in the middle of a smoke miasma, and you're just gonna do this.
I thought the Bay Area was safe.
Oh, it's smoky as fuck. I can't see the Berkeley Hills from my house.
Yeah,
streamer,
all the smoke runoff is going in that directly in that direction.
Yeah, the air
a
quality
Twitch
here is
streamer
like...
that I like had to abandon his house.
Oh yeah, like they have us wearing face masks if we go outside. You got to keep your windows closed.
Jesus.
It's pretty.
I mean,
rough.
there was a couple of days this summer where we had that because of the BC fires. Too.
Oh yeah.
I thought you were going to say the bee fires, and I was
The
like, what?
bee fires.
The
Metal.
bees.
All right,
all right.
so, yeah, how's this going to go down?
Well, Tess turns and she looks at Clive up on his mountain.
Clive, king of the mountain.
With his torch. And she swings her hammer a couple of times at the one right directly in front of her here. And while she's swinging, she's gonna say, what are the chances you would be able to set all the trees on fire?
What?
I mean,
Hey, I might be
Probably-
able to do that.
probably
Why do you
pretty
want to
hot.
set all the trees on fire?
All the trees look pretty dead.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
You sure it's a good idea?
We can't just
No.
commit arson.
I mean, we
Who's going
could.
to stop us?
Oh, it's very like animated today.
Yeah. Oh. All right, yeah, those both hit.
All right.
Cass is a morning person, as it turns out.
Apparently.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, as you're yelling, you just smack this thing around.
Get wrecked, thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Clive.
Uh,
Or no, sorry, Minnow.
Concerned about this this beautiful mess. But she's just gonna take some swings at what's in front of her still. While they figure out that.
Okay.
These burning trees, what? She's a fish person.
Yeah.
I
That's
don't
true.
understand that. 19
All right.
and 11.
The hit and a miss.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Well, I don't know if it'd matter, but she's blessed, so she can add a
Oh,
D4.
no, it's only, you said Clive, Sybil, and Cass.
No, it was Sybil and Minnow and Cass and Clive. So
Oh,
all,
okay.
all for you guys.
Oh, okay, I didn't hear Minnow, sorry.
Yep.
It's
Go
fine,
ahead
I
and
forget
add bless
sometimes
then,
too.
and I will slow down on my Cullen stuff.
Well,
Yes.
I'll try to... 13.
Um,
No? Okay, let's see then. So
Alas.
she takes slice and dice. For 7 whole attack. against that thing.
Okay. Yeah, you spin your glaive around and you slash at its entrails, and you cut a little bit off, and it makes a very nice wet sound.
Gross.
Clive,
Okay, so what exactly was Cass's plan? Set all these on fire? Did she have one or?
Yeah, she gestured at the trees. That's her plan.
Okay.
Set them on fire, create a barrier of flame between us and the entrail things.
Mars is like, I don't know if that's gonna go as planned, but sure.
Cass
Why?
deals with, you know what, their immediate problem is less getting burned, more lots of blood-sucking bats.
And then their problem is getting
Yeah,
burned.
right.
And
Like,
then, you know what, fire will be a problem for future them.
I was currently trying to figure out the best way to get fire onto those trees. How is this like tree near like behind the rock here, kind of like hanging over it a bit?
Yeah.
Well, Clive's gonna walk right up here then.
yeah,
and
the
he's
voice like,
gonna-
wait, we're right fucking here. How about like getting some further away?
Clive pauses, looks at the torch, and then he looks out to this tree out here.
Do you have any night arrows you can set on fire?
That is not how that works.
I can just make things go on fire. I don't know how
need-
shit works.
I would need time and like cloth and oil, which we don't have any of those three things.
Less talking, more doing, guys!
Anyway, Clive's gonna take his torch. He's gonna chuck it at this tree.
alright, you know, for the hell of it, make an attack roll.
Simple just kind of screams in horror.
With what kind of attack roll?
Just basic ranged.
Trying to figure out what that would be then. Dex plus.
Yeah.
Would I have proficiency?
Yeah, it's a simple weapon.
All right.
You got blessed too. Just in case.
Oh, good.
Bless this literal mess.
Yeah.
How much is blessed again? A d6.
D4.
I swear to God.
Oh,
Shit.
good.
A whole
Alright,
average.
well-
You averagely threw the torch.
Yeah, well, in this instance, that just means it catches a lot of things on fire real
Oh
fast.
my god!
Love that.
The torch
Fun,
catches
fresh.
on some particularly dry branches that immediately catch, and there is a massive blaze that just starts up immediately, taking several of the trees up. Maria, you're up.
Why? Okay, never mind. I'm going to shoot a bat.
Clive just. Cass told me to do.
She looks at
In
Cass.
which we have not yet learned that Kess's ideas are not the best sometimes.
She looks at the back of Cass's head, and then she looks back up at Clive. We will talk about that later.
Missing to hit.
Okay.
Which one are you going for? The one by Cass or
Yes,
Minnow?
correct. By Cass.
Alright.
Where's my damage?
I swear to God.
This is how we kill ourselves, guy.
No, I have something. I just need to make sure my character's smart.
10 damage.
Okay, cool. Yeah, one shot goes wide because what the fuck, fire. The other one, just beams the thing in the head and it takes out some brains, but this thing is still keeping itself up because undead don't need brains.
They just eat them.
I don't need that to live.
Apparently, we don't either.
Yeah, right?
Sybil.
Alright, Sybil's just gonna do what she was doing before in hopes that she can get rid of the problem and then address
with the
the
other
new
problem.
one.
Yeah.
I mean, the blaze will keep more of them from attacking us. Hope.
Or it will just
Hopefully.
draw more of them in because there's more
Like
light.
moths to a flame.
I hate
Gosh.
everything about this. She's gonna attack the one in front of Minnow. And then Green Flames is gonna catch on the one fucking behind it.
Okay. That poor one just showed up too.
Yeah, well, it can get
Up,
fucked.
guys.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, it's yeah. All right. Yeah, that one it just showed up and now it's on fire. And it's really
Why
unhappy
is
about
there-
that.
Why is there just a green piece on Boon? That's not on his original token.
Yeah, that's.
Oh,
kinda
that's the draw tool. I accidentally had it on.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
I
cool.
was like, why is he being
Um,
held up by a stick?
Well,
Look at
the
little
fire,
Boon.
the fire
Puppet.
spreads. Nave.
Navori's kind of looking at this and she's like, I'm guessing you don't need me to set anything else on fire.
No, we're good.
Guys, should we
Please
just
don't.
leave?
You know what? Not a bad idea.
An excellent
Okay,
I think
idea.
we should just go.
Where are we gonna fucking go?
In the other direction!
Navori's just like, she's contemplating.
I'll tell you what, straight up in these situations, you go where the fire isn't.
Yeah, she's like, okay, so are we using this as a distraction? We're getting out of here because I can make us harder to track. I need to know.
I mean, that sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah, hell yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so Navori jitters down the rock a little bit, and she's gonna use Pass Without a Trace on everybody.
Okay. Well, at the beginning of the turn,
Uh-huh.
more things begin to show up.
This is fine.
See, this was a great plan.
Navori's gonna have turn undead.
Some more things are showing up that are not these flying things.
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
Good. This is a big ass distraction.
Attracted to the light, a sight they do not see often, more than likely. Various things come shambling out of the darkness. Kess. Or actually, yeah, this one's gonna attack Kess. Or Navori, was that your turn? Sorry.
Yeah, she's gonna move further over on the thing. She's starting to. She's getting ready to get down and bolt, basically,
Okay. Also,
away from the fire.
this map wasn't bothering me earlier, but now it's tripping me out because of all the shadows close together. Like it's hurting. It's hurting my eyes to look at.
Oh no.
Burn it faster, please. Which reminds me, the fire spreads.
Really excited about that fire.
Yeah.
There it goes.
All right.
Better
now,
hurry before it surrounds them.
Now it's your turn, Kess.
I thought something was gonna hit her.
Oh yeah. Wow. Miss. A 1. Minnow, this thing's gonna try and hit you. A 2. And a 1. All right.
Wow.
Well, fuck me
Well.
then. This
They
one,
don't like or maybe they really like the
Sybil?
fire. Who knows?
Yeah.
a 1.
It has disadvantage.
And Minnow gets to hit it.
The game just-
Hey,
All
fuck
right.
you.
Yeah. All right. Well, it missed up. Hits. Minnow hit it. The fuck? I forgot about the fuck. Okay. Yeah, I forgot about the fuck box. That's 8 plus 3. All right. Yeah. This thing tries
Sybil's
to
just
go around.
standing in between Cass and Minnow, like, I feel safe.
I would like to point out, they have gone from sleeping to setting a forest on fire in about 30 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah.
To an 11.
So
Don't
the thing
call us
that
out like that.
the thing that happened with Sybil's actually pretty cool looking though, because wait, you're not wielding your shield, are
Oh,
you?
you're
Kat?
right. You're right.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Well,
not.
It's fine because it wouldn't have hit anyway. Either way, so Minnow, it slips past you and you just say no internally and you swipe your Naginata out and just drag it across this thing's face, drawing a gout of blood.
Ooh.
Kess, now it's your turn.
Okay. All right. So here's Here's. I gotta do some calculation. Hang on.
Sybil's in the safest place you could be right now.
Yeah, until the fire starts coming and it don't stop coming.
Yeah.
Hang on. I gotta look something up for the
Oh
rules.
my god.
Hang on.
Bless you. Bless the creativity of this group.
Jesus.
Max, do you have your player's handbook open?
I have D&D Beyond open. What's up?
That doesn't help me, but
Okay.
I guess
I can get my player's handbook. It's right behind me.
Hang on, maybe it's here.
All right. What do you need? I have my player's handbook now.
All right, I need page 176 carrying capacity for a large creature
Oh boy.
Oh my
with
god.
strength 15.
You said 176?
Yeah. It's apparently on that page. I don't know if it actually is.
Carrying capacity. It is your strength multiplied by 15.
For a large creature?
It doesn't actually say either way.
Okay. Oh, for every size category you are above medium, your load capacity doubles.
Oh, yep, there it is for encumbrance. Go for it.
Okay, so it's
So strength times 15 times 2.
okay. Hang on, I gotta get a
It's gonna be bird escape. It's gonna be the wild. This thing's gonna have people in its claws.
Bird escape.
15.
Get a fucking harness for this bird so you can tie your friends.
Sorry, you said strength plus times what?
Times 15.
Okay. 15 times 15
I
times
believe
2.
so. Yeah.
Alright, so her carrying capacity is 450 pounds.
All right. That's actually pretty reasonable for a creature that large.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. So Cass is going to step here and she's gonna pick Sybil up.
Sybil blushes.
Yoink.
Yeah. Also, just for simplicity's sake, I'm gonna say everyone is about 450 pounds put together.
Okay,
Um,
that's fair.
Yeah, because we got Navori that's like maybe 20
Maybe
pounds.
20 pounds.
Where, like, the entire party is 450 pounds?
No, it's fine. Cass just wants the light squishies out of the way.
Okay.
So she's gonna, and the people who can't be reasonably fussed to
I
like.
was gonna say that Clive is like 200 by himself.
Yeah, no, and Cass is pretty
Yeah,
heavy.
Minos, heavy.
All right, so she's taking Sybil with her, and she's also like yoinking Navori.
Navori's like right there. She's like, eh!
And she's also looking pointedly at Maria, but she doesn't really give Maria a choice either because she's putting both Sybil and Navori on the bird, and then the bird is gonna pick up Maria.
Oh, good.
You really could have asked me to get on the bed, but I mean, I'm not complaining.
Cass just nods.
Like, I'm into it. I just want you to be
All
aware.
right, let's see.
If we
got,
die right here, right now, just know that I've been into it.
All right, and then they're gonna fly about 60 feet up.
All right, Mario, are you going to contest getting picked up?
No, this is my fate. I've earned this.
Okay.
It's like when you pick up your cat.
Yeah, she's just hanging there with her arms straight out.
All
This
right.
is life now.
Okay, and they're gonna fly about 60 feet up, and Cass has a psychic connection with Kashak within 60 feet, so she's gonna, they're gonna book it. And
Okay.
the rest of the party is probably gonna book it together in the direction that they should be booking it. I don't know
Yeah,
what direction that is, but
You can move Kashak and stuff.
okay. Oh,
Yeah.
look at that! I can. All right. Well, what direction were they heading in? because I don't
Well,
out of
I
character.
mean, the fire's kind of over there, so I
I mean-
imagine.
You guys were heading to the southwest, southeast.
So,
So like, hang on.
southeast would be that way, right?
Yes.
Yeah, all right.
Just go around.
I mean, she can go like.
She's
30
60 feet up, so
Yeah.
Okay, but well, I guess the smoke is probably fine if you get through it fast enough.
It fine. Yeah.
in
So,
fact, it
yeah.
would probably look really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, Kirtok is just gonna go like 60 feet straight up and then 60 feet in that direction.
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's
There
30.
they go.
And I
Oh,
can't
God.
actually see
I
that
can.
far, so
Yeah.
there's like
Yeah, everyone's where they should be.
yeah, there's they should be further that way. But I can't see that far because
Hold on. So the bird was wrong thing.
Yeah.
Do. That's 35.
You do,
so
you do not see through
There we go.
Shock's eyes, so.
yeah,
60's
no, I know.
over here.
Okay, I will move them.
Yeah,
There we go.
there we go.
Into the darkness.
Yeah.
Good enough.
Just whoosh.
I
All right, Minnow.
Okay.
Sorry,
Oh wait, no. Yes.
the fire spreads.
Oh god.
There you go. Now it's your turn.
Okay.
Look at all them
Um,
things.
Look at all this. Look at them all. She's gonna disengage, and assuming that everybody just got up, there's still stuff in their camp. She's gonna try to grab as much as she can
Okay.
before she attempts to book it.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's your action. So
Yeah.
it would take you 5 movement to get back to the camp, and then you got the rest to go forward.
Okay. She's gonna trust that Clive and Cass are gonna come along with her.
Actually,
It would
just
have been essentials, like any packs or whatever, if anybody left anything. But
hold on. Okay, yeah, disengage is your action, but yeah, picking stuff up will be a bonus action. I'm not gonna be picky about it.
oh, okay, cool.
Okay, so where are you going actually? Sorry.
Well, she's gonna try to use the rest of her movement to circle around intestinal bat hell.
Okay.
So 25 from where she's at. Golly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, she go.
Okay. Clive. Nope. Mistake. The fire
well-
spreads.
Clive sees no reason to continue being where he is, so he's gonna leap off of the rock. Does he need to do any kind of check to land safely?
No, it's only 10 feet.
And he's gonna go 3, because I think that's as far as he can go with. I think that counts as 10 feet would count as like 2 spaces down,
Oh
right?
my god, look
Yeah.
at all of them over there.
this is
So
shut up.
while Clive is standing, he's gonna turn and take a shot at this one.
Okay. Two hits. Swear to God.
Well, that thing's probably dead.
Yeah. 2 crossbow bolts fire off, and it just gets impaled. The fire spreads, and you hear chittering. More of this awful chittering noise as more things come. That's the wrong thing. More things come running up.
Oh boy.
And yeah. All right, Maria, are you just gonna hang out?
Yeah, she's going to hang out.
Literally.
Yep.
All
I
right.
mean, she could try to shoot. Oh no. Well, yeah, she could see sort of.
Is she
Can she shoot from
is she
there?
facing the correct direction to shoot?
Yeah, sure.
But
Okay.
their arms hanging out, she still has her gun.
Yes.
It's fine.
She's just gonna adjust for aim then. She's got 2 bullets left before she has to reload, so let's do it. Why not? How's
That
that?
second one hits.
Okay. 4 damage.
I just, that's
Cool.
reasonable.
Yeah.
Which one did you shoot at? This one?
Yeah, that one.
Okay. Well, that kills it.
Hey.
Yeah. Sybil.
I mean, what is there to be done, really, that hasn't already been done? When
Scream.
you think about it. Did you say scream?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, she's not gonna scream. I guess she's just gonna, just
Make horse noises?
resign herself to the fact that this is what the fuck is happening in her life. Like,
Okay.
what the hell? And then she's gonna hit this little guy right here just cause, wow, if I could select the right tool with which to demonstrate
Okay.
that man right there with an Eldritch Blast.
Just to feel useful.
Yeah, just to feel like she's doing something, you
That
know, just
hits.
gonna pick him off. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, just this
Oh wait,
little...
she gets to fire too.
She
So let
does.
me hit. Wait, does it automatically hit or do I need to make a different roll?
Different roll.
Okay. Yeah, alright.
Yeah.
So she does that much.
Alright.
Just to feel cool and fun and fresh.
2 thin streaks of green light just arch through the air, piercing this thing. That really wasn't paying any attention to anything other than the fire until that happened.
Oh, whoops.
Knave.
Fine.
Fire spread.
Well. Oh, that's getting close. Cass, what the fuck? Okay, alright. Well, it doesn't look like the fire needs any more help. She was thinking about it over here, but you know what? Nah.
It's good.
It's good.
Paper trees.
But she still kind of wants to do something, so she's sort of all over the place, and that means she's gonna do a fucking chaos bolt.
Okay.
She sees guys over here. She figures they might see the other 2. Well, wait, is this thing still alive?
Yeah.
Okay, well, fuck that thing.
Good night, sweet prince.
Yeah, let's see, what do I gotta do for this? This is a weird spell. Range spell attack. Alrighty, that is 1d20 plus. What the fuck?
Roll the d8 separately.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out what I need to...
Range spell
is plus
attack
6.
is... Yeah,
Yeah, I just had to find it. A whole 14.
that hits.
Sick. Okay, so... I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Let me have a second
Roll
to
a
read this.
d8, a d8, and then a d6.
Okay.
Or you could... Yeah. Alright, what sort of... You can either do fire or force damage with this.
She doesn't want to set anything else on fire, so it's gonna be force.
Okay. Well, this swirl of chaotic energy shoots out of Navori's hand, and it goes and just smashes this thing into the ground with a sickening squish noise.
Splat.
The fire spreads. Things are now a little too close to the fire and getting caught in its flames, and the chitterings of hunting creatures has turned into loud screeches of pain, which is drawing more attention.
The other things want to eat them.
Other things begin showing.
Oh my gosh.
something big and terrible comes stomping out of the darkness.
Oh, don't like that.
Well, I can
It
see that.
scoops up to the creatures and just hits them.
Oh.
Crunch.
Cass,
Yeah, okay. All right. Cass is booking it, and she's looking at the others like they should probably book it too.
It's our cue to leave.
1, 2,
Jeez.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've lost the ability to.
Okay, just-
11.
question. Is everyone just gonna leave?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just call that combat over.
Everyone just gets the fuck out.
Yeah, Clive and Boon come just sprinting out of the woods behind Minnow.
Yep.
You guys come sprinting out of the forest at full tilt. Knave, Sybil, and Maria, you're in the air, just going away from this. By the way, this is the forest you just set on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Looking behind you guys, you see that this fire is turning into a just all-consuming blaze that is slowly spreading across the entirety of the skeletal forest that you have left behind.
I mean, it wasn't the whole forest. It was just, this
It's
little
getting
thing
there.
of trees.
Internally, Cass is like, yes, good, purging.
Well,
It's fine.
it's still kind of nighttime. You do see that over the horizon there is the yellowish light of the sun behind the disgusting cloud starting to breach the horizon,
Mhm.
lending a very eerie glow to the fire behind you.
Sick.
Well, now there's a big distraction.
It's fine.
Hopefully
It's
that
toasty.
will, you know what, that will probably keep the undead occupied for a couple of nights.
So, you guys are back on the road. What are you doing?
I'm gonna guess we push to get a good fucking distance away.
I was gonna say, the 3 on the ground can probably do a forced march for a while the others rest on the bird, and then they can swap.
Okay. Yeah, if that is the plan, that can work.
No, that works.
Yeah, why not?
That, actually, takes you a good portion of the way. As you're going, you not slowly, I guess, over the course of the day, the scenery around you begins to change. The forest is always
Into
at
fire.
the forest is always at your side. You've since left the blaze behind, and you begin to hear the sound of rain. And soon you begin getting rained on. Fat, greasy droplets fall down onto you and on the ground, leaving behind a disgusting filmy sensation on your skin.
Ew.
And the clouds overhead grow gray and ominous, lending a sense of atmosphere that's a bit more familiar than the overcast orange that you've been wandering beneath this whole time. You are following a road that slowly becomes more apparent. It's not paved by any means, but it is mud at this point, but it is worn through where old usage left it more barren than what was definitely once grass on either side of it. In the distance, you see a small tower that looks like a watchtower of sorts. It's not terribly high, or it doesn't seem to be from here. And a little bit further than that, you see dilapidated buildings, clearly dilapidated. Marching forward, the rain picks up. It's drenching you guys through now to the point where Kashak actually has to land and can no longer carry anybody for fear of growing too heavy. You guys are soaked through, miserable in all likelihood. And you pass by the tower that, upon growing closer to it, you see that it's probably about 40-50 feet high. It's not super tall, and it is crumbling in places, made entirely out of wood that looks like it has since rotten through. It's kind of leaning to one side, and at the top you do see that it looks like it might have once been a watchtower. Approaching the town, it's impossible to tell how big of a town it might have once been. Walking through it, or walking closer to it, you do start to see buildings that look like they were burned out, set to fire at some point. Some of these buildings are house size. Others are the size of like a tavern. Nothing here is very much. Do you guys head into the town, or do you stay on the outside of it?
Sybil says if we don't go into that town and do a little bit of research, I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind.
Nomori's holding her shield over her head. And, she's like, yeah, she's gonna, how, is the rain coming down, like, in a deafening sense, or would she be able to, like, see or hear if she can tell if there's, like, anything moving around in the town other than rain?
You can make a perception check. Passive would be very difficult in the rain, so you can
Okay.
try and concentrate on it a bit.
Alright. 14.
You detect no movement.
Okay. She feels a little bit better then. She's like, okay, well, nothing I can tell is skittering around in there. Let's go.
All right. Do you guys head on in?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cautiously.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Clive has his crossbow out.
Okay. Cautiously, you guys begin to make your way into this town, or into the town is kind of a nebulous thing. You just start walking past some of the buildings that were clearly the outskirts. At some point, you do step over the ruined remnants of a fence. The posts bent and covered in a green lichen-like substance. And looking around, you see that, yeah, this is a city that has long been destroyed. The various elements have worn the wood of these houses down to shambles. Walking through it, you take your time, keeping a wary eye out, but thankfully none of these buildings look really hide much. Most of them are little more than rotting skeletons, and that seems a little too appropriate here. There is one building that stands out, and while it is very clearly made out of wood, it's not nearly half as rotten as the rest of the buildings. It looks dilapidated and just in miserable condition, but it's a bit more preserved looking than anything else, but it's no larger as you've seen. And that building inevitably attracts you just a little.
Yeah. Maria's gonna reload her gun and head towards that building.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Same.
As you
Except
guys
for the
head
gun part. Sybil didn't get a gun.
yet.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
Oh god, I just got that thing where Sybil's, it's that vine of a kid, and it's, what have you got? And Sybil goes, a gun! And no!
No!
You guys are heading through this town, going closer to this one building. You pass through what might have once made a town square of sorts. It's in the center of a few buildings with a larger clearing than normal, and there are several structures that look like they might have once been stalls of some sort. And you walk up to this building, and yeah, it is unremarkable on the outside. The only thing that makes this really stand out is the fact that it's not completely demolished, and giving it a cursory glance, the roof is pretty intact too, so that's nice. There is a door that is kind of fallen off the hinges a little bit, but is covering the one entrance that you can see still. You guys heading into the building?
Yeah.
Sure.
Mori's kind of looking around to see if she can discern any reason why this building was more preserved. Like, she's also sort of feeling for any divine energy, kind of
Okay.
passively.
Make a religion check.
Alrighty. Damn, she's
Okay.
really feeling it.
As Maria begins getting closer to this building, you get a sense of that this building is preserved due to some kind of holy sanctification.
Okay. Navari's like, wait a sec. I mean, you don't got to, I don't think, but this building has some holy significance to it. So,
Don't touch
considering
any
what
books
happened
in it?
last time with the book, we should maybe be a little bit cautious.
No sticky fingers.
You
It
guys just
wasn't
gonna
like I wanted to steal the book.
like open the door then?
Yeah.
Okay. Opening the door, it opens. It's a little awkward. You kind of have to hold it up to make sure the door doesn't actually just fall off entirely. And stepping in is you get this sense of like gentle calmness over you. It's like being wrapped in a warm blanket on a cold winter night. But it passes pretty briefly. It's overall kind of a welcoming sensation. The inside of the building is fairly dark because you look up and the ceiling is completely intact. And there's a few windows, but they only cast so much light from the rainy outdoors. Some of them are broken in and are letting in the weather. So it's a little chilly in here. But in the dim light, you can see that there are various tables and chairs, not too many. Looks like someone might have once lived here, or someone's. There's a small pile of books stacked up into one corner. It's kind of one bigger room right now. See that there are two other rooms off to the sides.
Does it seem like anyone's been in here for a while?
You can make a perception check.
Can Navari help with that? She's curious about
Yes,
this
you can.
place.
Sybil can do it with advantage then.
Okay, cool. Well, I got a
Hey.
natural 20 the first
Nice.
time, bitch.
Looking around, no, it looks like this has been completely uninhabited for quite a while.
Alright.
There's thick layers of dust on some areas that are farther away from the windows. There are cabinets that are rotting away. Overall, there are parts of this interior that are much worse shape than other portions.
Sybil says, well, you all can rest easy now, and fuck, no one's been in here for a long time.
Yeah.
Looking around a bit more, you see that on the walls there are like tattered remnants of cloth hanging down, drooping.
Is there any decoration on them? Do they have?
It's difficult to see. It's kind of. It might have once been a bluish color, but this is all completely rotted away. It's, yeah. The edges are pretty brown and green in places.
Is there, I might have missed this earlier. Is there anything like books or shelves, other rooms?
There is a small pile of books piled away from one of the windows.
Okay, she's gonna go
a corner.
root through that.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Investigation. 11.
Okay. You carefully pick through these books because it's immediately clear that many of these were subjected to a fire, as the pages are brittle, and you pick up one book and it crumbles underneath your hand, so you take much greater care with some of the others. And you pick up a book that looks an awful lot like the one that Joseph found. There's no magic over it, but it has a similar cover.
Is it more or less intact?
Yes.
Okay, she'll hang on to it. She'll stand up from the pile and leaf through it.
Okay. Leafing through it briefly, you definitely see the story that Agatha told you. It seems to mostly be like a collection of stories, really, more so than any kind of holy text. Yeah. What about the rest of you guys?
Sybil's gonna look for shit about shit regarding what's up the mountain.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
Okay.
Yeah, Clive and Minnow and Cass.
13.
Okay.
Clive's gonna check their surrounding. Like, double check outside the house, make sure there's nothing.
Okay. Make a perception roll then. Minnow and Cass.
I was more or less going to be doing the same, but from the end, in the comfort of this safe place.
Okay. Cass? Yeah, Minnow, make a perception roll, please. Okay. Cass.
Cass, knowing her strength, is gonna park herself next to the door.
Okay.
Decide not to fuck with anything this time.
Okay.
Navari, meanwhile, might she's gonna sort of sneak a peek in the other rooms, but she's also still sort of keeping a holy sense for anything that seems particularly like, that book.
Okay. Make a religion check again.
Not as good.
Yeah. Things are a little distant in here. Clive and Minnow. Clive, you peek your head out, keeping an eye out, and it's eerily still here, save for the rain. Given your last few days on the road, unnaturally still, even. Minnow, you notice this as well, and you take some time to keep your eye on the other buildings. And you don't spot anything. Sybil, you poke your head into one of the rooms, you find something.
Hell yeah.
You find what looks like an altar.
Oh.
And laid across the top of this altar is a pole. And it's inside of what looks to be an orb of glass.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, what you do with it from there is up to you, but you see that.
Sybil pokes her head into the other room and just says, "Hey, Knave."
Yeah.
Cass too. You both, you might want to have a look at this.
All right. Ori comes from wherever she was, goes over to where Sybil is. It's like, what is that?
Yeah, precisely.
Vori's gonna see if she can figure out what the fuck that is, get any sense from it, like.
Alright, are you
anything?
going to try and religious check it, or kind of get an idea of what kind of item it is?
Could you do both?
No.
Okay. Well, let's see. She's gonna religious check it because, to be honest, she feels like she wouldn't know what it was anyway. So
Okay.
try the thing she can maybe do. There we go.
Okay. Keeping your distance based on experience, but also trying to get a divine sense of this thing. The item within the or the orb is holy.
Okay.
It gives off a very distinct divine aura.
Yeah, Navori kind of points at it and she's like, that, again, is like very holy thing in there.
I
So-
mean, yeah, it's on an altar. I kind of get that.
Yeah, but I'm also saying, like, this is very familiar.
You can't write a letter up to God and ask him what the fuck this is, anything like that. I don't know how religion works.
Yeah, well, Navori is just kind of is like, well, why not? Let's hear a good laugh from my deity. She just kind of
Write
holds
a
her
letter
holy
up to
symbol and
God.
looks up and is like, hey, buddy, you know what the fuck this thing is?
Your religion check from earlier can still apply to this.
Okay, sick.
Yeah, you hear the sound of like wispy laughter.
Yeah, the girl's just laughing at me right now.
Oh, alright. That's comforting. I really like that.
I mean, to be fair, like, ask someone, hey, what's this thing? I don't know. It is sort of funny.
Sybil just kinda, looks at the altar. Okay, you know what she's oh my god. Okay, what she's gonna do is she's gonna...
You can get closer to the altar without touching the bubble.
I know.
Okay, just letting you know, it's not like this. It's not huge. It's just around the item on the altar.
I'm aware, but last time she was around something like this, she got possessed. So she's gonna walk out into the other room and go, "Hey, Maya, what you doing?"
Navori kind of looks at it. He's like, are you gonna try to get Maria possessed this time?
No. I just have a question.
Oh, did you find something to touch?
Yes. Here's the thing.
Hmm.
I personally don't want to touch it, but I'm probably gonna summon something that will touch it, and I just want your blessing, you know.
Alright, I'm aware.
Okay. Do you wanna come watch?
Oh yes, I
Yeah.
wouldn't miss it.
Okay. All right. Great. So
Navori kind of leads out. I was like, hey, Cass, there's another weird divine thing with a bubble around it.
Cass, you hear Cass like grunting from the entrance. She's gonna wait and watch this mess
Yeah.
time.
Minno's
So-
gonna follow this mess.
now that
Okay.
we're all safely congregated,
Yeah.
Sybil is gonna
Wait,
summon
where's
Eunuch
Clive?
Joseph.
Where's Clive?
Clive was still
Clive
scouting
needs to stay
outside.
far away.
In
Just
which
scan.
Clive returns to having no idea what's happening yet again.
Everyone's dead.
So what is Clive doing?
I guess he was still patrolling around outside, but as soon as he sees that the coast is clear, he's probably going to come back in and see what the fuck everyone else is.
Yeah.
Sybil's just like, "Hey, Clive, gather around. We're about to do something stupid." And she summons the ghost of Eunuch Joseph.
Isn't that
Okay.
what we usually do?
Yeah.
She uses unseen servant to try to just gently touch the orb.
Okay.
It looks like nothing is happening from the outside looking.
Yeah. Absolutely nothing happens.
Alright, she's gonna try to get Eunuch Joseph to pick up the orb.
Okay.
The whole
Um,
orb.
Yeah. Hold on.
The orbs.
I gotta see something.
Oh boy.
When this is going on, Navori's trying to get a sense for if there's any weird holy energy fluctuation happening.
Aren't you
She
all
doesn't know
proud
what
of my
Sybil's
ability
doing,
to
but-
learn?
Eunuch Joseph tries to lift the orb and cannot.
Oh. Sybil just kind of puts her hands on her hips. Does it look like the orb budged at all?
Yeah, it definitely it moved. And
Okay.
it rolled a little bit.
Alright. She's like, oh, he's not strong enough to pick it up.
Cass, from the doorway, says, "Should we not offer some sort of prayer to whatever deity?"
I was gonna
Yeah.
ask, in Maria's browsing of the book, did she come across anything mentioning a pole?
No.
Okay. That might be wise.
Yeah, that sort of worked before. Navori's gonna kind of go up closer and squint at it and see if she can determine what the thing is.
All right, make a perception or investigation.
Oh boy. Not as good. 16.
You get as close as you feel comfortable, and you squint, and it catches a brief bit of light and reflects it briefly. And magnifies it maybe a little bit. And you notice that, like, around the edges, it's kind of distorting the view of the pole.
Mm. So it just looks like a pole, but kind of distorted and reflecting light weird?
The orb is around it.
Oh.
The pole, it's difficult to make out the details, really. It looks like there might be a blade on the tip of it.
Okay. Yeah, she was more looking at what was inside it.
Okay, yeah, it looks like a pole arm, basically.
Okay. She's like, well, that looks sort of like a fucking weapon in there. And this thing is like reflecting and magnifying light and distorting weird places. I don't know what it does, but you know, I wonder if this is supposed to be like a weapon that one of them used.
It might be. I didn't read anything, but that doesn't mean anything.
Wait, Mario, what was that book you're holding?
It's the same thing as what the boy had.
Are there any prayers in there?
Are there?
Just stories.
Just stories.
Just stories.
Okay, Navori's gonna sort of... She goes over to the other pile of books and she's gonna see if she can find one that looks like maybe a prayer book or something.
Alright, make an investigation check.
Boy. Yet again. Hey, this one's better.
You root around and you also destroy a book before realizing, oh wait, these
It's
need to be
fine. I
handled
know.
gently. You root around and you don't find anything that looks like a prayer book of any sort.
Okay. It's like, well,
Um,
shit.
Yeah.
Maybe if we just ask very nicely.
What are you guys doing?
Contemplating the orb.
Yeah. Everyone's
Sybil is
just...
staying the fuck in her lane. How about that?
Clive has no idea what he's doing, so he's gonna leave this to these people.
The other idiots.
Can
That's
Maria,
religious
Yeah.
folk.
can Maria do like an Arcana investigation on it and see if she knows what
Yeah, make
might
an
be
Arcana
around the
check.
field? Okay.
If something goes wrong, Clive wants it to be their fault, and not.
Fair.
Maria,
Uh-huh.
you squint at it, and you don't get any magical sensation off of this orb around this weapon.
Well, she is gonna touch it, not pick it up,
Oh my god!
but she is
Okay.
gonna touch it.
She's gonna touch it!
You put your hand on it, and it is kind of warm
Mm.
and feels a lot like glass.
Alright, that's fair enough.
Do you still feel like you? Do you feel angry? Do you want to take your clothes off?
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're not feeling nasty like you want to commit a crime, right?
You know, like
No.
blinking man you.
What? That's what Sybil was doing. I don't know what the fuck was going on there. Well, that's good.
Well, she'll try lifting it in that case.
All right. Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna-
you pick it up, and it is. It feels like a heavy ball of glass.
Flashbacks to the last campaign where there were orbs and the two idiots just picked them up and tried to smash them.
So, the thing inside of this, is it approximately the size of a polearm?
Yes.
Okay, so it's a big fuck off heavy thing.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy, but
Okay.
Maybe we need to like get that thing out of the thing, and then it's important for whatever's up the mountain.
Well, that seems reasonable. Does it feel like glass entirely?
Yeah.
Just warm glass? Okay.
Yeah, just warm glass.
She'll set it back down on the altar. There's no reason to hold on to it for now.
Okay. When you set it back down, you notice that there are words written underneath it.
Oh, well, let's have a gander at those first.
And I'm just gonna paste this into Discord. You see this written beneath the thing, like on the side of the altar.
Huh. Well, that means something to somebody. Does she recognize any of those phrases or terms from the book?
Yeah, actually. You recognize the phrase, or the dark is consumed by hope.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a story in there about light not banishing darkness, but consuming darkness. It was seemingly like an allegory for the fact that the darkness is not the only thing that can consume things. Yeah, hope is typically capitalized. Hope seems to often be used for the word light of some sort, be it moonlight, sunlight, or just light.
She'll relay her literary analysis to the rest of the party, such as it is. Just that
What if we just light the room the fuck up?
Yeah.
That was my thought. She'll pull out a couple of children and set them on fire.
I was thinking more like
Minnow's nervous.
I was thinking more like maybe cast like a light spell on the orb.
Oh.
Cass walks over and she casts a light spell on
She
the
does.
orb.
Okay.
Yeah.
The orb glows.
Now it's a light glowing orb.
Yeah.
We're really knocking it out of the park with this mystery solving tonight, lads.
Are there any shadows cast on the wall from like the polearm or any oh my god, refracting
Take a
bullshit?
deep breath.
Yeah, actually.
Oh.
Looking at it, you see a shadow is splayed behind it, and where the shadow of the polearm should be, there is the two symbols. And it looks like a sunburst, a stylized sunburst, and a moon swallowing it. Like a crescent moon kind of swallowing a sunburst.
So it's like all those little pendants that hippies wear.
Yeah.
Is it going in any particular direction?
No, it's just kind of being cast.
Is it on a wall or anything?
The orb or the shadow?
The shadow.
I mean, it's directly where the shadow would be.
Is there any symbol corresponding to the shadow?
Make an investigation check.
Cool. Natural
Damn.
20.
Yes. You squint at it and you lean down a little bit and you actually see The symbol is engraved on the bladed part of the polearm.
Sybil is like, well, I thought we could move the shadow to a symbol, but there's just a symbol on the pole arm, so I have the mental tools to figure this one out.
I don't suppose you can cast light on that symbol, can you, Cass?
Through the glass?
Yeah. No, magic's weird.
I. I don't know, DM. Can she?
No.
Yeah. All right. That's what I thought. Like,
Yeah.
Cass stares at it for a minute, and she's like, "No."
Well, shit.
Maria,
Hmm.
what have you read any more of the book, by the way, or are you just kind of holding it?
She tried to read through as much as she could before she came to look upon this.
Okay. Then, you sit here and you contemplate the polearm,
Hmm.
and something about a story kind of begins to click. In the story about the Wanderer and the Moon Maiden crossing over the mountains, there was reference to a key that cast a light.
Oh.
And, well, the key is never referred to again. The last mention of it is that it was left behind for safekeeping.
Oh. Wait. So. Can you describe like the polearm and the orb again? Like, where is the orb
Okay,
just
yeah.
on the top part of the
It-
polearm, and then there's like.
It's more like it's like an oblong kind of glass
lozenge.
container. Yeah, it
So
is
it's
like it is surrounding the entirety of the polearm. The polearm inside of it looks like it's made out of relatively simple wood, but
How big is the pole arm?
about 7 feet.
So this is
Okay,
a big
so it's
fucking
a
glass
giant
thing.
fuck
Yeah.
off glass. Okay.
Yeah. And the polearm is suspended within this. It's not like leaning on the edges of it. It is suspended in the center, and the head of the polearm is pretty long. Like it is a decently sized blade for poking and stabbings.
All right. Kess is gonna. She puts a hand on the glass thing, and she's gonna like do a religion check to see if she can figure out any lingering intent
Okay.
in the energy here.
Maria will certainly relay what she thinks she's gleaned from the story, at least. This might be in reference to the key aforementioned.
Make a religion roll, Kess.
Sure.
You concentrate on this item that you now know to be a holy relic of some sort. And it's difficult to grasp intent as it's been so long, it seems. But you do get the sense that this thing has been waiting to be taken somewhere specifically. And also to fight, because it is a weapon.
Good,
Kess,
quite good.
Kess appreciates the idea of fighting. She takes a step back. And she looks at the group.
Rory's staring at Cass like, what? She's
Cass is
waiting.
like Cass looks kind of awkward, and she says, I can't give it what it wants, but perhaps one of you can."
Well, everybody put your hand on the glass stone and try to pull the pole arm free. One of you is the rightful king of England.
That is
What?
Clive just shrugged. And
very hopeful, but hey, if it'll help to save these people.
I've already got one spiritually bound weapon. I can't have two.
It didn't want me, so who's next?
Clive steps up to the bat.
All right, what do you do, Clive?
Attempts to pull the thing out.
This is
Alright,
like the sword in the stone.
You put your hands down.
He thinks real hard about how much he wants to kill vampires while he does it.
Well, I really don't know what you guys are trying here. It is still just a big oblong piece of glass that is covering this thing, and you put your hand on it, and it is glass and is not going anywhere.
Guys, we probably need this shit to go up the fucking mountain, but like, how are you gonna carry it? It's like 7 feet tall.
Wait. We can't put it in that really deep bag, can we?
Uh,
I don't know how deep it is, but I
It's-
couldn't reach the bottom.
just a weapon.
How big is the? Yeah, you could theoretically, I guess you could put the bag. You could put it in the bag of holding.
Okay. Something cast relay on the weapon with.
What?
Yeah, I think.
Did you relay or did cast relay with the weapon after she had her feeler moment?
Oh, sure. She did. Does. Okay. I mean, I mean, anyone watching her is getting the sense that she's just like, she's got one god, she really can't offer tribute to another one at the moment. And
Fair.
someone else is gonna have to deal with this, cause like, she just can't. She just can't.
Yeah, Sybil kind of stands around like a numpty because, like, she's already in an arrangement and it's pretty tenuous as is.
Like, I mean, she would offer it to like to take it places, but the fact of the matter is like she's just
She's not available.
yeah.
She's taken.
Like someone else needs to offer this thing what it wants. It ain't her. And I mean, she's more than happy to break the glass.
Just throw it on the floor.
I mean,
We
no, she
really
had-
didn't consider just breaking the glass, but that is something we could theoretically
Cass
do.
is now thinking like break glass in case of
yeah,
emergency.
I like to think that plaque is in here somewhere. We just haven't seen it.
Before anyone just breaks everything, Navori just kind of goes up to it and puts both her hands on the glass and then puts her face on the glass.
Oh my god.
And she's like, hey, buddy, you like any of us or whatever? You want us to bring you up to that mountain and do stuff to help free people from this darkness? She's staring at it and trying to feel like weird divine waves of intent now, too. She's so good at being a cleric, guy.
You feel. Well, if you were anyone else, you might feel dumb.
But she doesn't feel dumb because she's
Yeah.
her.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, all right.
Nah, got nothing. She probably hears her god laughing in the background. She's just like, yep, laugh it up, buddy. And she's like, well, who's for sticking it in that weird bag? we just gonna like bring it up the mountain? Are we gonna leave it here? Or do you want to like fucking break it or something?
Let's perhaps try putting it in the bag.
No, I think it should
Okay.
come with us at the very least.
Okay, who's gonna pick it up and put it in the bag?
Minnow's gonna try to help it in the bag, but is eyeballing that polearm.
Yeah, Kess. I mean, she's she break the glass.
Like there's
It's an emergency break glass.
there's determination with the whole like take with us sort of deal. Like
You can't use a weapon if it's in a big fuck off orb of glass.
it could be in a bag for now.
Okay, so
But no,
Kess is trying to break the glass, or is Minnow trying to pick it up?
Both.
Yeah,
yeah,
I feel like
they're
both
going
of
at the
yeah.
same time. A flash of light, what's gonna happen?
Yeah, like, tell me what's happening here,
continued.
folks.
I mean,
Smite the glass.
she's not gonna smite the glass. It's not evil. She's but she is. I mean, yeah,
She gonna
She's
use
gonna
her
hit it
hammer
with her
to
hammer to
break all the things.
Oh my god.
She offers a little a prayer, sort of asking permission,
Okay,
and then she's gonna break it.
all right, make an attack roll.
Oh, okay. This is where she rolls a 1. And it's Minnow.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god!
Jeez.
Oh Jesus.
Okay,
Oh.
you bring the hammer down and shatter the glass around the polearm.
Well, you
And-
did it.
Right. And then she catches the pole arm and she hands it over to Minnow.
Who now has 2?
All right.
Gee, Minnow, why do you get 2 poles?
Dual wielding.
Dual wield pole arm.
Oh my gosh!
Yes.
All right.
Well, she catches it with surprise.
All right.
Sybil is going to wait in anticipation for something to go wrong.
Yeah, Navori's looking like she's expecting something to happen too.
Uncomfortable. Then she looks it over as she's holding it.
Okay. 1 second.
Okay.
I feel like this is one of those times where the DM puts a thing in a room and we spend like the whole session trying to deal with the thing.
It's
I
feeling
mean-
like that.
Oh shit.
Last time we tried to not do that, I got fucking possessed.
Yeah.
Minnow's grip tightens on the polearm and she like I don't want to say flinch, but something startled.
Good.
Navori
mean-
kind of blinks. It's like, what happened?
Do you feel something? Do you feel like you want to commit a crime?
No, I would never.
I mean,
Navori opens her mouth and closes it. It's like, okay, what do you feel then?
She looks down at the weapon again and looks up and it seems to have chosen me.
Well, congratulations.
Ooh.
Well, good for you. You got a glass stick thing.
And you're the King of England.
All the alarms. Hello.
What is this
Shadow.
England you keep talking
Yeah.
about?
I read it in a
Um,
book.
Add the weapon Lightbringer to your inventory.
Sweet.
Um, there's like one that's a mace, and you want the one that's not a mace.
Okay, I see it.
Yeah.
Alright, and she gives like a polite nod to the congratulatory gesture. Awkwardly, like, sure, thanks. But, she faces, like, towards the altar with it. and seems a little like out of place with having any sort of prayer, but she is gonna like offer a quiet like she'll do what bidding is necessary.
Okay. Nothing happens, but you feel good about what just happened.
Okay.
Um,
Kess looks at Minnow and she says, I suggest you use a tequila undead.
Yeah.
That would be the plan. I will do my best.
Well, now we can bring it going.
And this seems to have some reference as a key in its history, so I'm sure it will be useful in other ways.
She has a keyblade.
Oh no!
It's true.
No.
We're gonna kill
Well,
us
that was
some Harvard.
unintentional.
Intentionally.
God
Yeah.
damn it, Max. Look what
yeah,
you
that was unintentional. Woof.
If you don't name our boss Ansem, I'm leaving.
I'm just gonna get Norton.
Stop.
Aqua got Nord.
I mean, technically, I guess that's what almost happened to all of you during possession episodes.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Our idiot's gonna die of this dramatic death scene.
And then
Yeah.
get up like 5
And then,
minutes
yeah, and
later.
then it's like,
Yeah.
it's fine, it was just my clone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just whatever. God, I'll never be over that. Fucking 5 minutes of Mickey Mouse mourning Goofy, and then Goofy just shrugging it off.
Yeah.
Gosh, I had a near-death experience.
What's your ice cream?
Okay, so where do you guys go from here? Do you take a rest? You're pretty tired, so resting
Yeah,
here might be a
resting
good idea.
seems wise, yeah.
Running away
Sybil
from the
still
fire.
wants to see if she could find out shit about the mountain, to be honest.
Okay. Well, I mean, you can do that while you're also taking long rests, sort of thing.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you guys take your long rest inside of this building. It's dry, if not warm. Sybil, make an investigation check.
Okay. 19.
Cool. As you guys kind of settle down to take a bit of time to yourselves and rest up in relative safety after that fire, Sybil, you find something that mentions the road, and finding the passageway, and then you find a similar, or you find the same passage written in a book that you found on the pedestal.
Mm-hmm.
And then you find something that says all roads lead to hope. Hi, Cat. You also find a reference to the mountain being cold.
Okay.
But yeah, that's about it. Just you see that it mentions the road leading there, or all roads leading there. It's cold. And then you find that same inscription, just in a book that you also found on the altar.
Alright.
And you guys get your long rest. And whatever morning comes, you guys take your shifts. It's relatively safe here. Again, it is eerily quiet and still. You don't hear anything other than the sound of rain. It's rather normal, all things considered. You guys all get your long rest. And what are you doing now?
Well, do we want to survey the rest of the town before we head out? Or do we
I
want
mean,
to go?
maybe. That might be a good idea.
Let's give it a
Yeah.
check.
I mean, there wasn't really much. Like, it's just skeleton buildings, but yeah, it's around.
Yeah, let's have a scoot around.
Okay.
See if there's anything else to see.
Everyone make investigation checks.
Still raining.
17.
21.
13.
Oh, Kess is be right back. So, Clive.
Wait, what kind of check? Sorry.
Investigation.
Investigation. Oh, good.
Okay. You guys spend the better part of quote unquote morning poking around looking for anything, really. And this town, it was clearly long dead. It feels like, and it looks like this place has been destroyed longer than the other town you saw here. You don't find anything of use, nor do you find anything like footprints or tracks. This place seems solitary and destroyed. There is the muddy road that passes through the middle of the town, and it seems like it's kind of the only road that went through here. But otherwise, you find nothing, really. Depressingly enough, maybe.
Well, unless there's anything else, should we keep going towards the mountain?
Yeah. Do you want to follow
Yeah,
this?
I read in a book that it's very cold, so I hope you bitches are ready to die of exposure.
Oh, whatever.
I love frostbite. It's my
Looks
favorite.
down at his really thick fur-lined cloak. Yeah, sure.
Everyone except Clive ready to die of exposure.
Okay. You guys begin trudging out of town and back onto the road. Oop, I'm gonna sneeze 1 sec.
God bless you. God bless you again.
Thank you. All
You
right.
can't hide your sneeze from my ears.
Don't say that. That's horrifying.
Ominous.
All
I'm
right.
back, sorry.
Welcome back. It's about another day and a half to get to the mountain. So you guys head back out onto the road, and you do leave the rain behind. Moving forward, though, it does seem like a storm had been rolling through, so it's not like the rain was centralized over on Dawnhearth. Just that you guys caught the beginning of a storm and are now walking towards the source of it. You walk and walk and walk, and the landscape around you is boring, to say the least. You still do not hear much in the way of undead or animals of any sort. It seems that the fire you set off did more damage than you might have anticipated, or something is keeping the undead away from you.
So it all worked.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, technically it did.
Yeah, like, no
As
denying
far
that.
as we know.
So, you guys head on, and night begins to fall. There's really no... Well, Clive, make a nature check. Okay. You don't find much that is a suitable way to set up camp. There's nothing here other than, like, open plain. You do see a few rocks that you might be able to pile up and dig out a little ditch for you guys to have something to put your backs up against, but you would have to make it.
Well, Clive gets to it.
Yeah, Mario will help.
Okay. You guys spend about an hour doing so. So, by the way, I forgot to mention, this was the town you were in the first campaign.
Oh,
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Wait, which one?
The one in the center of the three
Ah.
towers. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, you guys spend about an hour setting up a little ditch, like just kind of dig out enough of an area for a few of you to sleep at a time. What's the watch looking like?
We might as well keep them the same, I suppose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no reason to change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's taking first watch then? Is that-
Navari.
Yep, Navaria and Marianne.
Okay. Both of you make perception checks. Maria at disadvantage.
Okay.
Boy.
13.
Still better.
You guys camp out in the night, remembering just how dark it is out here with no stars or moon overhead. You do hear the occasional sound of something shuffling around in the distance, or the howling of some creature. You don't hear anything come to your camp. Your watch ends. Is it Clive and Kess now?
Yeah.
All right. You guys go and wake Clive and Kess up. You guys do your thing. Clive, you're at disadvantage.
Damn, Cass.
Yes, got it.
Alert.
Kess, the other night, it got you. You aren't admitting it, but it got you. So you're on high alert. And you hear things coming near your camp, but nothing that comes too close. You do hear the sound of things fighting out in the distance, howling, yelping. It sounds like something is being hunted. And in the distance, you do see the vague outline of something running on all four legs, something trundling through the plain, but moving past you guys.
Okay.
Your watch ends. You go to wake Sybil and Minnow up,
and Boon,
and Boon.
They're VP.
the MVP. Whoa,
Mhm.
third
Yep.
shift one.
Most fluffy, too.
All right, Minnow, Sybil, and Boon. You two are at disadvantage.
We're at
If she has her weapon out,
Okay.
Boon
She
is
gonna-
not listening, so he gets advantage.
Is
does
Minnow
her weapon give her any sort of
going?
that, or is it?
Not unless she activates it.
Oh, okay. Well, she won't activate it.
Okay. She
but
won't?
She does. Not right now. Just
Okay.
reflecting on it and hers while she takes watch. Let's perception. 10.
Disadvantage.
Oh right, darn. 5.
Oh no!
It's like what could be worse than 10?
So the three of you have a pretty unproductive time. Thankfully so. You don't hear anything really. You don't see much of anything. It's just dark and kind of miserably wet. The morning comes with the rising of the sun into the off-color sky, and you guys head back out onto the road. And once again, you enter a bout of rain. It sucks. It's wet. It's a bit less so than it was in Dawnhearth, but it's keeping your vision kind of compromised. However, in the distance, you do see dark shapes looming to the sky, reaching up to the clouds, very, very high. And you can only presume those to be mountains, or hope that they're mountains.
Kind of disturbing if they weren't.
Yeah. Yeah. You take your time walking there. And are you guys going to stop for the night before you get to the mountains, or just go all the way?
How many hours do we think we have?
Clive, make a nature check.
Okay.
Okay. It would probably take you about 4 or 5 hours to get to the mountains.
And we've been going for about 8 already?
No. Or, starting fresh from where you are,
Mhm.
you've been going for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. It would take you another 4.5 to 5 hours to reach the mountains.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah, we can camp when we hit the base.
Or can we?
Um,
That'll be the optimistic assumption, yeah.
so, you guys continue on drawing up to the mountains. You find yourselves staring at a large gate of sorts. It's like it's more like two giant poles jammed into the ground on either side of the room. They come out of nowhere thanks to the foggy rain that you're standing in. And it looks kind of like a Shinto shrine entrance, but without like the curve. It's just sort of like two poles and then a large piece of wood over the top of. And you stop short of here, and behind them you see the mountains, dark behind the misty fog. You guys just head through this gate?
Bree's kind of pursing her lips, like,
Uh,
how foggy is it? Is it like you can barely see in front of you, kind of foggy?
Not that foggy, but like your vision is probably like 7 to 10 feet, and that's it.
Oof.
Yeah.
Are we
Or it's
supposed
like,
to say a prayer to the Lady of the Boon, amen, or something?
Are there any markings on the gate of any sort that we can tell if we get closer?
Nope.
Okay.
Nothing. Or you can make an investigation if you want to really get in there, but
Yeah.
passive.
I'm gonna get in there. I'm gonna just give that gate a good sniff. 19.
Coming closer, you notice that there are claw marks all over it, but only on one side.
Oh.
oh.
Well, that's fun.
Only on the side approaching it, or coming from the road. Coming from the mountains, there's no claw marks, nothing. It's just completely unmarked, even.
Oh. That's actually somewhat optimistic. Who wants to stick their hand through it?
Cass does it.
All right, you put your hand past the gate, and
It's gone.
It turns into a flower.
yeah, congrats, you've put your hand through the gate.
Cool.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, I guess we're not undead after all.
I mean,
Well, are we?
Hmm.
Hopefully fucking not.
makes sense to me.
Starting to feel like the same color as Barovia, I tell you what. And then she goes
Yes,
through the
yes,
gate.
that.
Okay. You guys start heading through.
Yeah.
All right, I need a 2-minute
Yes.
break to get some water. I'll be right back.
Cool.
Cool.
Then swarms of things come from both sides of the mountains and kill us all.
Yay!
Stop!
Listen, when this kind of rain, at least like that fire probably did absolutely
Yeah.
zero damage.
Yeah.
Not that there was very much to destroy in the first place.
Yeah.
I know,
Probably
it's
just some
like...
undead, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A wasteland of dead wood and undead.
Alright, I'm back.
Hey.
Yay.
Welcome
I got juice too.
Nice.
Alright, is everyone still here?
I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
so.
No.
as far as
Yeah.
Are we
Regular.
ever really here?
Yeah. In the words of Mario, what is here?
Correct. Schrodinger's
All right.
adventuring party.
why?
The opposite of there.
Alright. So,
Where?
you guys step forward. And actually, hold on. Do I have a thing for this? I do. As you step forward, the mountains before you morph into rainy fog. They're high,
Oh.
massive even. A split runs down the center as if something clove the mountain in two at some point in the past. But stranger still, and probably a little unsettlingly so, is this black thing that sits in the sky. It sheds a light despite the seeming darkness that swirls around it, though the light is dim and serves mostly to send shadows dancing at your feet. The cries of the hunting creatures behind you taper off as you step past the gate and closer to this mountain until there's absolutely no sound save for those that come from yourself. A darkness is enshrouding this object in the sky as you stop to look at it. It looks like it's a moon of some sort, though this darkness doesn't seem like it's hiding the moon necessarily. It seems that it is with a moon in the sky.
Oh, that's a little ominous.
Yeah, a little bit.
What the hell is that thing?
It's the moon.
Only no moon I ain't ever.
Or something about the same size from our distance.
Do you guys just continue walking forward?
Yeah.
Yes, but Navari's gonna try to get a sense for any weird divine energy in this place. She's like, this is kind of fucking weird.
Okay. Religion.
Oops. It doesn't matter though.
Oh.
Yeah, wow.
6.
I
She doesn't like it. She knows that much.
I have
Yeah,
a-
you don't like it.
I have a thing that I would like to roll.
Okay.
Is there anything that I can roll to just... I mean, Sybil lives in a world without clouds. I don't know if they have eclipses in Sigil, but maybe they do. Can she, like, roll for eclipse?
She will have read about eclipses if you want to roll, Well, unfortunately, do you want to roll an intelligence for me?
Yeah, sure.
Alright.
I believe in you.
Let me have a look at... Oh, why did I accidentally
Yeah.
close her character sheet? Alright. That's just a flat d20. Natural
Damn.
20.
Good.
She's got the natural 20s
Wow.
tonight.
Sybil, you've never seen an eclipse. You've read about an eclipse. This is not an eclipse.
Sybil says, well, I definitely know one thing. That's not an eclipse, so I mean, I don't know what to think going forward, but I feel like we should be very careful. Like, what if there's something that's not the sun in front of the moon? Do you know what I mean?
Like
What if
a
there's
big-
just a
big
really big
eyeball.
monster in the sky?
I don't want to hear about big
Giant.
eyeballs.
That'd be kind of concerning.
Hmm.
Of course.
I don't know if I have enough crossbow bolts for something that.
Yeah, I don't know if you can kill something that big, really.
It's like way up there.
Well, what if it's like the goddess, but she's all corrupt and stuff?
Or maybe she's just like vaguely unsettling looking.
Do you think she'd stop being corrupt if we asked her nicely enough?
Well,
I don't
Cass,
think that's how it works.
there aren't any
No.
undead over here as far as we can tell so far, so I don't know if it's corruption.
Cass, does Maria still have that book? Is she like carrying it around?
She kept it.
She Cass sort of gestures at Maria and is like, is that not exactly, almost literally, what's being described in the book?
Yeah, when dark is consumed by hope, I would say so.
Is that what hope looks like? Asks Sybil incredulously as she points to the moon.
Or we're looking at the reversal of it, I guess I can't be sure.
Yeah, that feels a little more likely, to be
Yeah,
honest.
Can't say I expected hope to look so hopeless.
Hopeless? Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, like, who the fuck have we met that has hope in this place aside from like one or two people?
Yeah, that's fair.
Are we working with deterministic religion? Is that where we are?
Hmm.
She asks.
I don't
no
even
one.
know what deterministic means.
That's alright. I don't think I do either.
So, are
So
you
we're
guys?
going up the mountain, right?
One, I suppose, yes.
Well, are you guys heading towards the mountain still?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, walking towards it. After about 20 minutes of walking through this in your banter, you do come up to the base of the mountain. The road just ends at the side of the mountain. There's no sign of a passageway up, other than maybe climbing.
Cass, Minnow pointed.
For all the time they've been traveling together, Minnow is still. Those cogs are cranking in her head. You get that side mask?
Navori
Yes?
looks over and is like, your key thing.
Yes.
It's just gestures.
Minnow is gonna pull the Lightbringer, which has been strapped neatly next off of its thing. Not saying I'm good at weapons, guys.
Yeah, gosh, you don't know what
Puts it out.
Yeah, don't say that.
Immersion. And just gonna walk forward with it.
Okay. As you step closer, not much happens. But eventually the top of the spear begins to glow with a very dim light. And the wall begins to kind of respond with a soft light that begins glowing against the rock until
Okay.
slowly a beautiful string of lights start draining into view. They're dripping down the stone like they're filling in the crevices and cracks in the rock to form the shape of a massive doorway.
Cool.
Across it are two symbols, one on each door, or one on each, side of the door. A sun and a moon. And it sheds a pretty dim light in front of you guys. It's not super bright. It's about the same brightness as the tip of the spear that still glows with this kind of off silvery color.
Well,
Well, that was fucking neat.
we made a door happen.
Good job.
Thank you.
Maybe you should try open.
Alright. And, okay, well, she's gonna step on up with the spear still in one hand. Is there any sort of knob? Or
No.
no? Okay. gonna... She's gonna press a free hand to it, but also tap spearhead to the door, too.
Okay. Well, at the touch of your hand, the stone quietly begins to push open like a door, until you are left with an open door in the side of a mountain. And beyond this doorway is darkness. Though it's not darkness that really swallows light, it's just the sort of darkness that you need to have light to see in.
Clive's gonna light a torch.
Okay. Lighting a torch casts plenty of light to see in. It is smooth rock, like something very clearly carved out this hole, or this cave, or entrance. Within, along the walls, are that same kind of twisting, dripping-looking light, giving off a pretty dim, silvery color along the walls. You guys just head in? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. As you head in, there's a brief moment of some kind of pressure pushing back against you before you push through it and you're out onto the other side.
Similar to the thing around the last town?
Yeah.
Okay.
The hallway you are now in is pretty much empty. There's only one way to right. And the lights around you curl up into the ceiling, making intricate patterns like vines almost. Until you get to a rather simple room. It's probably about 10 by 15. And at the far end is just a door. And on the door is written, "Up and down they go and travel, but never do they move an inch."
Say that again?
Up and down they go and travel, but never do they move an inch.
Oh.
Is it the sun and the moon?
Well, I was thinking teeth.
I mean, maybe.
Okay then. Clive just gives Mario this look like, what?
That's a reasoning I want to hear.
I mean, they do go up and down and they don't move.
Right. I mean, your teeth
I
aren't
guess.
supposed to leave your head, after all, generally speaking.
Can't really argue with that.
You can't.
But I suppose that might not be pertinent to where we are.
Good.
You know? Well, you never know. Navori's gonna sort of look to see if there's anything else to the door, like...
Make an investigation.
Boy. A whole 4.
It is a door.
That's a door, man.
Maria's also gonna have a look-see.
Alright, make investigation.
24.
Much better.
The door is very much a door, and it's very much locked. It looks
Oh.
like it's made out of some kind of wood.
Oh.
And yeah, the words they're kind of like burned on, like someone did like a wood burning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's
They're
just,
like,
just a locked door.
is this like some sort of riddle we gotta, or ever, to get in?
I presume.
Is there
Can I
a
not?
handle?
There is no handle.
Okay, it's just a door and
Yeah.
it doesn't open.
Well, you don't know if it opens. You've not tried.
Alright, Cass tries to open it.
And it doesn't open.
Welcome to Masterpiece Theater.
Yeah.
Is there like Is there a place that Minnow could stick the polearm in the door to turn it?
No.
So it's a riddle door.
Hmm.
Do we just like say it? Do we just yell answers at the door?
Well, I mean, that seems as reasonable as anything else we've done so far.
You're welcome to
Yeah,
give it a
you're
shot.
not wrong.
Light, hope, moon. I wasn't paying attention to the riddle.
Sun and the moon.
Up and down they go and travel, but never do they move an inch.
Do you have that written?
Yeah.
Okay, please
Wait,
post
what?
it in chat. I will never remember it.
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna have a sentence written.
Memorizes that shit. Commits it to memory.
I
Got it.
mean, you
Gotta
know.
memorize.
I don't
I've
have
done that.
audible memory. It's kinesthetic or visual or nothing.
Yeah, same.
Yep.
I've memorized too many riddles. Day and night. Wait, you already said light, didn't you? Night, darkness.
Yeah.
I don't really know if that would apply.
Rivers,
Shadows.
directions.
That's,
What?
Like north and south don't technically move.
that's also reasonable, yeah.
Hmm.
Is there anywhere on the door for them to like? Is there anything else on the door other than the?
Nope.
Penis.
What the fuck?
You know what?
I mean, that kind of goes somewhere.
I'm a little off, but I got the right spirit. I mean, come on.
I'm not really good at these. Shit. Not like an answer, just, you know.
As it works.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah, shit's the answer. What's the logic? Fuck you.
That's like a door to Navori's gods thing. Come on.
Like,
Oh.
the real password is a cuss word.
Yes.
Oh. Wait, I'm having a
Is it
thought.
stairs?
Yeah.
Are they stairs?
And the door opens.
Oh.
Hey, you did it.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't think I ever would
Hey.
have thought of that.
Does it open to stairs?
No, but the inscription on the door changes to say welcome.
Sybil stands at the end and is like, they really missed a fucking opportunity here.
I mean, maybe it's just a secret password. Maybe it like changes every once in a while. You know, we don't fucking know.
Alright.
Well, okay, but what does it open up to? What does it look like? Paint me a picture.
It opens up to a hallway. It is rather bland until you look up. And you see that, the walls kind of begin to twist. It's like someone took the wall itself and started twisting it like a towel.
Oh, I hate it.
Ooh.
Is it like that Legend of Zelda room in Ocarina of
Yes.
Time? That
Yes.
Hey,
That's exactly, that's
love
exactly
that.
what it looks like.
Oh, I don't like.
And you see that there are what look like stone vines carved into the stone at this point, or not carved in, but like carved onto it. They look like they have substance to them. They're not like they look statue vines, I guess is what I'm trying to convey. Just twining along in like a kaleidoscope pattern.
I don't trust this.
I'm gonna do the dumb thing. This looks really weird. Navari kind of steps forward through the door.
You stand in a pretty disorienting hallway.
Yeah, she's trying to see if she would if she kept walking, if she goes up the stays on
Uh-oh.
all.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, you're
You roboted.
roboting.
Speak, Das, speak.
Just red.
Nope.
No.
Let me
It's
try.
gonna be like that.
What?
Let me 1 second. Boop. Now try Das.
It still is.
Sounds better.
No.
Oh,
You're good there.
hey, sick.
Wait.
Now it's better. Oh no, is it?
Is it though?
Fuck! It went back.
Keep speaking, Das. Oh wait, it went right for me
Yeah.
too.
Same.
Yeah, you're all robot.
We're all getting
Back to
Ooh,
server.
nasty.
Quick.
fixed quick.
Please, God.
Okay.
Oh god.
It's like being in Hellraiser.
Yeah.
Okay. For now, it seems alright.
Yeah, that was terrifying.
I hated it.
Went into
You
the
guys-
void for a moment.
You guys stepped into the weird hallway and it took us all into the void. Spoilers.
Giving us immersions.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, alright. So what I was saying is Navori's in and she's trying if she stays the floor, which goes up the side of the wall, or if she doesn't, like if gravity arcs the whole way and it's just a
Okay.
weird hallway.
You guys seen Avori walking kind of like a cat? Like she's expecting things to
Like
change.
she has scotch tape on her paws.
That's kind of how I visualize it. Like very purposeful, big steps. And she just walks.
Okay, but like, does she stay
She
on the
stays-
floor?
Yeah, she stays on the floor.
So that means she goes up the side of the wall.
No. I mean, like you just go forward. Like you had to start stepping over things.
Okay,
As
so
the-
gravity still works.
Yes, gravity still works 100%.
Okay. She's like, okay, that was almost.
Oh well, Mario will file on in.
Yeah, and then
Okay, but I have a question. Like,
Mhm.
are there chandeliers or light hanging things that are like going the wrong way?
No.
Like,
The only light
Okay.
source now is the torch.
so there's nothing that looks like gravity is fucking up.
No.
Okay.
Well, the only light would be torch and lightbringer at this point. So you guys continue down this hallway, disorienting and having to kind of close your eyes at times to not fall over, due to the point of reference just being the shifting vines all around you.
Maria's just, she's not here for it.
Yeah.
Navori's probably looking around too much, sort of mentally imagining if she was flying and spinning around in circles like an idiot.
All right. You continue on, and eventually you enter a room that looks like it is built out of a bunch of sandstone. It's dark in here, but the stone around you is suddenly a lighter color. Like you are in some kind of ancient temple now, not inside of a mountain necessarily. There is bright light all across the room as you step further in all the way. And once you're all past the threshold, there's not the sound of anything closing behind you, but you look back behind you, and the hallway behind you has twisted back to be like a normal straight shot.
That's fucking weird.
All along the walls of this room are webby old candles that look like they're just starting to drip away, and they lit up as you guys all stepped in. Looking up, there are runes inscribed along the top of the wall, circling the room all around you.
Are they a recognizable language or no?
You can make an intelligence, make an intelligence check to see.
Okay. What's my intelligence? 19.
Okay. It looks like it is in a language you recognize. It looks to be primordial.
Oh,
That's my home
you know,
language.
Nipori can actually
Oh
read
shit.
that too.
Yeah, I think Sybil
Very
can
true.
speak
Yeah.
that too.
So you guys take a few moments to
Wait, no,
look
I
it
can't.
over.
Never mind.
And you have to walk around the room following these runes, and they're telling a story. It's telling a story of an ancient artisan by the name of Dalty. He used to paint and create grand works of art with his own blood, but was found ripped in half in his own chambers while working on his magnum opus, a painting of a large rock.
Wait, a painting of a what?
Rock, like R-O-C.
Oh,
the bird.
okay.
Oh, a bird.
Um, those of you not staring at the ceiling, you notice the floor is covered with sand, and on the far side of the room, away from you, is the exit. It seems, but it is bearing a pretty lavish inscription of an artist using a paintbrush as a spear to throw at a massive bird. There are what seem to be sunbeams sprawling out from the tip of the paintbrush. In the middle of the room, you do see an altar with a horribly clean leather hide on it.
Horribly clean.
Just out of place with how
Ah,
clean it is.
I see, okay.
So what is everybody doing?
Navori's kind of squinting at the runes. Like, she doesn't realize that no one else can read it. She's like, that's fucking
Oh.
gross. What the fuck happened there?
Well,
Minnow is gonna relay what she read
yeah.
up on the ceiling.
It sounds like he was ripped in half by his own creation, doesn't it?
Yeah, right, that's fucking weird.
It's a bit unsettling.
Mari's gonna go check out the horribly clean hide.
Okay.
Yeah, Minnow too. For like any piercings that might be in the hide.
Well, there's an inscription above the hide. And it just says, use your head to paint me red. Inside of thee resides your key.
Okay.
The head of the weapon. She looks at Minnow.
But what to stab it with? No, she looks intently at the spear. And,
So what, are you gonna stab the thing with it?
Or use it like a paintbrush, I suppose.
What if you have to get blood on it?
That's what I'm wondering.
Well, it said use your head. I was imagining it was the head of Lightbringer.
Yeah.
Do you want to stab me if you have to use blood? It
No.
could be like payback. Oh, okay.
Absolutely not.
Way too willing to do that.
I'm. You know, I've already bled for you guys. It wouldn't be any different in theory.
Clive just gives her a look.
I don't really know how to ask this, but can Navori look around for anything that might indicate, like, what would happen if this, like, I don't know, sort of like a story or an inscription or, like, some sort of imagery that might show, someone stabbing a thing and then what happens afterwards.
You can make an investigation check.
Okay. A whole 3. She's doing real good right now with this investigation.
Other than the wax that's dripping down the walls, there's really nothing much else on these smooth walls.
What color is the wax?
Just like yellow.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, it's blood red.
that would be cool.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, I guess you could try it. Also, is there any clear, like, is there like another like spherical bubbly thing around this hide? Or is it just there?
It's just there.
Okay. Navoria's gonna she's gonna sort of start wandering around like she's looking at other things, but she's gonna keep glancing back at Minnow and the thing to see if they're gonna stab it.
Well, can she look to see if there's any sort of piercings already on the leather hide, like marks of?
Yeah. Just make an investigation.
Okay. She doesn't want to hurt anybody or herself. That's just ridiculous. Well.
You do not see anything that makes it look like this has been used or seen or visited in any way.
Okay. I'm so bad at puzzles, you guys. Well,
Maybe it just takes a little blood, like not stabbing levels of blood.
Maybe I could use my horns and poke it. Navari says, like, almost deadpan, and you can't really tell if she's joking or not, but she might actually entirely be joking.
What?
Well, it says use your head!
Yeah, it does.
it sure does. You have to think deeper. No, okay. She'll take Clive's, suggestion, and she's gonna, like, poke her finger on the end of the spear.
Okay.
And until it draws blood. And she's going to put the point of the spear to the leather, or the hide, and poke into it, but, like, try drawing some sort of mixed insignia of, like, the moon and sun.
The second you touch the tip of the spear to the leather, the blood on the tip of the spear just gets sucked into the leather, and then nothing else happens.
Slorp.
That's disturbing.
It just fucking ate it.
That it did, Navori.
Oh, right. Yeah, the guy making stuff out of his blood. Yeah, that's a thing. Remember, like, the artist, he had to paint on something, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Navori just gestures to the thing.
So it's gonna take more blood, isn't it?
Minnow frowns at that possibility.
I mean, here's the thing, it either takes more blood or, like, you know, we risk possibility of going up the mountain and 100 some odd people die, so, like, let's all just put a collective amount of blood in.
Is there like anything else in this room?
Nope. It's a very plain room other than these few things.
There's only so much blood in a person. We could all, there's definitely enough blood for one person inside all of us. You can bet your bottom dollar on that.
And she's like, you know, part of me's like, maybe we should paint a picture of a bird. The other part of me's like, what if we all get fucking ripped in half for doing that? So, you know, I don't really. She just kind of stares off with her brows
I
furrowed.
mean, it only seems to be asking to be painted red, not anything in particular.
Should we, like, try to cover the whole thing? Is that how this works?
Yeah, give it a good smear.
It's okay. So,
Whoa.
I know obviously the literal thing is that the leather is eating blood, but at that suggestion that it may only need something red, I mean, Kess
Is she gonna
has.
do it? Is she gonna do it?
It's time.
I mean, there's like. Kess looks like she might have a suggestion, and then she thinks better of it, and then she looks like she might have a suggestion, and then she thinks better of it, and then she's like digging in her bag for something,
Devorah's like, what? She's just looking at cats.
and like she pulls out a really old palette of like paint, like literal actual paint.
You just
Okay.
have that.
Huh. I never took you as being a painter. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Kess doesn't say anything. She doesn't say anything at all, and she just like she sets it down.
Imagine Kess painting a happy little tree.
Happy little angry paladin smashing his.
You got red in there. Devorah's come back.
There
and now
is
she's
most
like,
certainly red in the palette.
It's all different shades of red.
Yes. No. It runs the gamut of colors.
For some reason, Kess with yellow freaks me out.
So, yes. She pulls out a little paintbrush too.
Devorah just grins. I feel like this brush is like disproportionately small in comparison to Cass.
Like one of
Yeah,
those super fine brushes.
No, it's like a normal ass paintbrush, but it looks like it's been used.
Minnow like balks at that, but then like it's just gonna take a step back and gesture to the leather.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Cass will try fucking painting it red.
Do it.
She tries. She puts a little bit of paint on it. In red.
The paint doesn't stick. It's like you put it on and it just kind of sloughs off.
It's like
Well,
oil and
no,
water.
There.
Yeah.
We have our answer.
Yeah, it's a vampire hide.
Certainly would have been using our heads for that.
And then she like grabs the head of Minnow's weapon and like cuts her palm open, and she just slaps her palm right onto the like fuck it.
I mean, you've got to work it into the corners. Give it a little massage.
Okay. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
Okay.
Minnow's gonna help. I use the back of her hand
with
because
the
she needs that.
Okay.
Fortify Cass, Minnow.
She's gonna add a little more red color.
Okay. There is. Ooh, you made this much harder on yourselves. All right.
Oh
Good.
dear.
Great.
It feels like this thing was going to keep sucking your blood and draining it until something happened. But you pull away quickly enough, and then suddenly you hear a commotion at the door you came in.
Oh, good.
Oh.
You turn to look, and there's Minnow and Kess. Their weapons drawn.
Whoa!
Oh no!
The fuck box
Clive
against
looks
us.
at Cass, then he looks at the other Cass, and he looks
Oh.
at Minnow, and he looks at
Remember
the
when I said, hey, we should use my blood? And you all were like, no.
Clive starts
no.
like slowly drawing his crossbow, and he says, I take it neither of you have a surprise twin that you
Oh,
never told
this
us.
is why the painter was torn in half
Sybil's
by
gonna
his
straight up
creation.
Eldritch Blast the both of them. Just saying.
Okay. Make a Eldritch Blast attack roll.
Yeah.
Oh no! I don't like
Oh,
that.
this is gonna be funny.
Navori's absolutely looking at the real Kess and Minnow when this happened.
The two Eldritch Blasts go wide, and they just hit the walls.
Oh, whoops.
Thank God.
Good aim.
Yeah, I'll try my best, you know. There's a warning shot.
Fake Kess
Yeah.
runs up to you, Clive,
Oh, dear.
No. Why is it always Clive? He doesn't do anything to anyone.
and lifts her hammer,
Oh no!
no.
and that's a miss. And well, that's a hit, 20 to your
Oh.
AC.
Yeah, that hit.
Nino, roll damage.
Sybil's watching, but she's terrified, but she's also like, God, I wish that were
Is
me.
she one-handing it or
Yeah,
two-handing
yeah.
it?
One-handing, she only hit once. Alright, Clive, you take 7 points of damage as Kess's double smacks you with her warhammer.
Clive just like stumbles backwards a bit. He's like, oh, yeah, I'm glad you're usually on our side.
All
Like,
right.
oh, I don't like it! Navori's backing up and getting farther away from this.
Boon is
Well,
incredibly unhappy because this is the second time.
No!
Oh man.
Do we need to roll initiative or like? Because I know what I'm gonna do.
yeah, let's roll initiative. Why
Alright.
not? There's no map for this one, but yeah.
Let's
Ooh.
kill our friends, guys. Whole 17.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
8.
No one
Eight-
was ready
eight,
except
two.
Minnow.
You want to go
Minno's
first?
fucking
Ed?
ready. Sure, I'll go first.
All right. Oh, Cass is about to get out some demons. That's for sure.
That is assuming it doesn't hurt you guys too.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, oh, it's yeah, all right. I mean, Cass will be like, just fucking kill it.
Oh
Don't
my
care.
god.
Between Kess and Sybil, who's going first?
Sybil's going
Me.
first.
Okay. Well, it's Kess Double's turn again. So Kess Double. You know what? She looks at you, Navori.
Navori ran off. Just saying, she's not close to the rest of them.
Oh, okay.
That's fine. I mean, she
She
started.
immediately she saw this and she's like, "I'm getting the fuck out."
Oh no.
No other monster has scared her as truly and deeply as Casamino.
She knows she's outmatched, man.
Sybil, she's coming at you.
Okay, Sybil is like into it. She's fine.
One hit.
Oh god.
Mhm.
Uh, that's 2 hits.
Oh dear.
roll damage. Two one-handed strike hits.
Do you? Okay, all right.
Whoa!
She punches fucking Sybil and Shia backward.
Boy, did I just roll the entirely wrong thing. And 7.
Woof. Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Minnow, it's your turn then.
Okay.
Here we fucking go.
This is what I mean when I said you made this harder on yourselves.
Good.
Well, we didn't know.
Never let Kess touch things that are gonna be like, Kess
I mean,
gets
this
to fight
is the second time.
Yay. It doesn't look like Cass is getting ready to fight herself.
Fuck yeah.
Okay. Well,
You have to kill your shadow.
Like,
Yeah,
there could be,
temple.
like, no more, like, she is excited to kill herself. Like, let me just,
Jesus.
Well, on the opposite end of the spectrum, Mendo's
like,
in
oh no.
hero mode. Oh shit, what have I done? What is this? And she's gonna go charging herself,
Okay.
but if she's not gonna attack, she's more like gonna be using the Lightbringer to shove at her temple and like keep her back for
Okay.
now.
I
Get
think
away.
Shove is an action to take.
Cool. What do I roll for shove?
Make a
Strength versus ability.
attack roll.
Oh.
Attack roll. Okay.
Yeah.
Regular attack.
Oh, yeah, no, it is a strength check.
Okay.
Contested by athletics or dexterity. Let's see.
Cool. Oh Jesus Christ! 7. She
Athletics
has
or
never seen how
acrobatics.
pretty she is.
Yeah. Try and shove yourself, and yourself shoves back, and it's one of those like, "Fuck you, no fuck you" moments.
No, you.
Yeah. Nave.
Okay.
Oh boy. Navori is going to. Okay. She feels like people might need healing, so she's going to invoke duplicity.
I love this game.
So now there's 2 Navoris too, only they're both on the good side.
That's good.
Why are there so many doubles?
Double trouble.
Yeah, and second Navori runs over to like the party. Wow.
Oh, I'm loving it.
Yep.
Real Navori goes and hides more, and as a bonus action, she's gonna make a spiritual weapon.
Okay.
Okay, let me fucking. This is hard to do without a map.
Yeah.
But yeah, she makes the spiritual weapon up here near Cass, fake Cass.
Kes- I have it written down as Kesdy. All right.
Jesus.
Clive, what are you shooting?
Wait, can she attack with that at the same turn or no?
I think we established it now.
Clive's not good at
Okay.
shit. Clive's currently assessing the situation, but Boon isn't. Boon's done all the assessing Boon needs to do. Boon is
All
gonna
this is teaching Boon is not to trust Kiss because
Ba-
something will happen.
basically. Boon is going to charge forward and attack Kess clone.
At least he's smart enough to go for the clone.
Does she smell like Cass
Well,
too?
that's
Asking for
the-
a friend.
That's the one that hit Clive. So once the other one hits Clive,
That's fair.
Once the other one hits Clive. She will not.
All right, yeah. Do attack with Boon. He only gets one attack, so yeah, that's a miss.
he tried.
All right. Minnow D turn.
Mhm.
Minnow D's gonna attack Minnow.
Okay.
This is where it gets weird.
Roll to
That
kill
is
yourself.
one hit.
Okay.
That's 2 hits.
Okay. I have to ask.
Uh-huh.
Is she wielding the Lightbringer?
No.
Okay. Thank God.
You take 10 points of slashing damage. As Minnow D just whap whap.
Good.
Sybil.
Okay, Sybil is she's frightened. She's disoriented. She's a little turned on.
Oh.
And she is going to stand in the middle of this madness, be very hurt because Kess hit her, and ow! She's never gotten hit by a hammer in her life before, and one of her
Hey,
ribs
now
is
she
most
has.
assuredly broken. So
Take
she's
that right off
gonna
the bucket list.
fuck. She's gonna try to just damage control this shit show and cast Hold Person on Kess for now.
Kess D or Kess?
Cassidy!
Okay.
Actual
Regular
Kess.
Kess.
Let's just fuck this up more.
What is that? A wisdom save or a charisma save or?
A wisdom save. Oh fuck, I made a mistake.
Yeah, hold on.
Do you need me to roll it or do you want to roll it?
Now I'm gonna roll it.
Okay, it's +6.
No.
Eh, she rolled a
wasted
1,
spell
it's
slot.
fine.
Oh!
Hell yeah!
Wow.
Sybil's just gonna feel good about that decision and kind of book it.
Alright. Kess. Time to get your demon out.
Oh, now it's gonna be real hard now.
I believe you have
yeah.
you have
Are you
advantage.
okay?
You have
Yeah.
advantage in any attack that hits as
Yeah.
a crit.
Oh, good. Oh, she's gonna
Oh
bite
dear.
herself. It's gonna be right. She's gonna.
Kess D is gonna fucking pulp her, or Kess is gonna pulp herself.
Kess
See
smash
See
herself.
now if it really has an effect on the original.
Here we go.
We sure
Oh,
will.
dear.
Cass is gonna go up. She hits herself two-handed.
All right. You got advantage on both, and
Oh my God.
Well, it's a good thing there's advantage.
yep, that one hits.
That hits, yeah.
Damn!
Oh my
And that hits.
Crit herself.
Yep. So roll 2 hits and crit them both.
Oh, good.
I feel real fear.
Yeah, okay. Oh, it's a D10.
Uh-huh.
Well,
All right, so
Nailed
that's
it.
7 and 21.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, Kess D gets fucking dunked on.
Does anything happen to Kess?
No.
Normal Kess? Okay.
No, nothing at all.
Sick.
all right.
Vori's like was holding her breath and now she feels better.
Maria.
Well, since Kess Prime looks fine, she's gonna shoot the shit out of Kess D.
Okay.
I think
That's
those
a
are
hit.
misses. Oh, one of them's a hit?
Yeah, one of them's a hit.
Let's see.
You get advantage.
Yeah, you have advantage too.
Oh.
He's fucking held person, and you get the critter.
Ah, I
So,
forgot
yeah.
about that. Okay,
No,
so
Maria, yeah, Maria does. Yeah.
so 2 hits, I guess.
Yep. And both hits are gonna be crits.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Sick.
Sometimes I forget about how good old person is.
Never forget about how good hold person is because just wait until you get mass hold person.
Oh, no,
my
she doesn't-
gosh.
She just casts it above 2nd level, and it does
Well-
an extra 1.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Let's see, that's 4, that's 7, 7, 14. All right, Kess D is gone.
Good job.
Does she just vanish or does she
Um,
like
She just
Well-
got double tapped.
What is it? So when she dies, her body becomes this weird ferrous fluid. Just a bunch of like bloody iron falls into the sand and is absorbed in. And then a crude painting of Kess is then on the wall.
Oh. Well, that's weird.
Yeah, Kess is officially a little unsettled.
What the fuck?
Minnow.
Not that killing herself apparently was unsettling.
It was the,
She's
the
just like,
part that came
yeah.
afterwards.
Cool, I feel. She's like, yeah.
Okay.
Adrenaline.
Oh, adrenaline rush, adrenaline rush. Well, she hasn't noticed any of that. She has her own adrenaline rush, and is just gonna keep hitting herself. Keep hitting herself.
All right.
Oh god. Alright, she's gonna just. God, your rolls. Oh boy. 15.
That one hits.
Okay.
You gonna do it twice or just once?
25. Okay, no.
Damn.
She,
Okay.
like,
Okay. Yeah.
moves.
Those. Roll your damage with Lightbringer.
I know, it's nice. Oh god, it's lagging. 8 and 6.
Okay. Yeah, just 2 slashes, cutting deep. But whenever you slash into her, there's no blood.
Okay.
Knave.
Navori is going to move her spiritual weapon over to fake Minnow and have it attack.
Okay.
Do. Let's see, what do I roll for this? Does it even need to? Let's see, melee spell attack. Okay.
Yeah.
So D20 plus 6. Probably doesn't
That
work.
misses. Yeah.
It does its best, but it's not that great.
Yeah, it
Oh.
tries, but fake Minnow parries it with her glaive. Or
Let's
Naginata.
see. 'Cause it's a. What is that? Is that a bonus act?
Yes.
Okay. So then Navari is going to see who looks the most fucked up. Oh,
Sybil is at half her hit points.
Yeah, no, I was Sybil probably.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And she's
so-
actually at less than half her hit points. That's how fucking hard Kiss hit her
Oh,
in one
God.
round.
Boom.
Just in
yeah.
case you guys want a good reason to be afraid of Kiss.
I feel like we already have. Fake Navari use cure wounds on Sybil.
Oh, goodness. Fine.
What happened? Did she run into something?
she grumbled at a cat.
Oh. Pupper.
Sybil heals 9.
Thank you. Sybil looks less like she's on the cusp of a panic attack.
Oh.
All right, Clive.
Well, the Minnow clone's still alive, right?
Yep.
Alright. I was just like, well, I guess I'm gonna shoot it. He's gonna take a moment to make sure that is in fact the clone Minnow,
Oh no.
which it's probably not very hard.
No. Minnow is wielding a glowing
Yeah.
spear, so.
Hey.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
2 hits.
As I address my dog, hang on.
Oh hell
Alright.
yes. What the fuck?
Just
That's
super
fury.
Hold on.
Glitch in the Matrix.
I know that feeling.
Fuck. Hold on. Oh, okay. Minnow D also turns into that weird ferrous blood-like fluid. seeps into the sand and is drained into it, and then up on the wall is a painting of Minnow, weapon drawn next to Kess.
Has our situation improved at all?
Yeah, and the door on the other side of the room is now open.
Oh,
I well, I guess
Sybil
that's
looks
what
at
we were
Kess
supposed
and
to do.
she's like, "You hit me really hard."
That's what I do.
Why me?
Guess looks at someone. Don't think too much about this.
I'm thinking real hard about it, says Sybil as she clutches her ribs and walks forward.
Okay.
Navari kind of is
What?
looking everyone else over his eye. Rest, are you all right?
Yeah, a couple bruised ribs.
mhm.
Navari squints real hard at Clive and decides to trust him.
I mean, Clive looks fine.
Okay, yeah. She's like, all right.
He just looks like someone hit him in the stomach really hard.
Jeez.
Minnow was like putting the spear to her wound until she turns around and sees like door open, creepy crude drawings of her and Cass up on the wall, and just gonna casually pull the spear away to wipe off her blood on her shirt
Okay.
and just keep on moving.
Yeah,
All right.
Navari's like, you okay, Minnow?
I'll be fine, Avery, thank you. You're all well?
Yeah. Navari's looking at Minnow like, you're not fine, but I'll just
She's
go with
totally
it on
not. She's thinking real hard.
this.
Okay.
No, she does look fine, save for like slash wherever.
Concern.
It's fine. She seems to be used to this sort of thing and not paying it much mind.
All right. So, you guys continue down, exiting into a hallway that is fairly normal, all things considered. It is dark as it's been this whole way. And the walls around you continue to have those tendril-like vine structures built into them, twisting and turning, and eventually, or occasionally, like turning and pushing up into the stonework, jutting down at strange angles now. And they stop being incredibly stone-like at some point, and start looking more and more like some kind of plant life. The area ahead of you, you see light, like kind of orangish colored light ahead of you at the end of the tunnel. And in that light, you can see that there are these vines. They continue on into the room and then slope up into the tunnel, or out of the tunnel, like they're heading into a larger room. And as you get closer to the room, the scenery in front of you opens up and changes pretty drastically. You step out into a room and you find yourselves in an area full of plant life that looks that, or I guess plant life is a word for it. They're vines that look almost like tendrils or tentacles curling up around pillars, pulsing like there's blood pumping through them. And you can see bioluminescent lights dotting all around these tendrils as they writhe and squeeze up against these pillars. Off to the side, you can see that there is the light of some kind of sun beaming through. And at the center of the room, there's this structure made up of various bits of metal that curve into sharp points. But there's also those vines pulling into whatever this thing is, breaking past the metal, curling around, and squeezing and pumping.
I don't know how to feel about this, guys.
Is there also sunlight, or is that just not?
Yeah, no, there's. I said there's sunlight off to the side.
Okay. Sybil is like, well, sure do hate this. What's up with the sunlight? Don't think we've seen that yet.
Yeah, this is definitely not what I've come to learn or expect from Barovia.
Is there a rock anywhere?
Yeah.
Nabori picks up a rock and throws like forward, sort of into the, but also has these tendrily things.
Okay. You throw the rock, it clatters against the stone, and nothing happens.
Okay, just want to make sure this won't gonna like grab us something if we went in there.
So, can we see where the sunlight is coming in?
Not from where you're standing, but if you head a bit more into the room, yeah.
Okay, well, Sybil's gonna. She's too dumb to realize that might be a bad idea. So she's just gonna walk ahead, albeit carefully, because she wants to see where the fuck this sun's coming from.
Kess goes with her once she starts.
Nabori kind of goes behind because she's also curious, but obviously she's concerned.
Yeah, no, but now it follows obligated. With
Okay.
the spear stuff.
Peeking past, or going a bit further in and then looking off to the side, you see that there is just a hole in the side of whatever this room is, and there is sunlight pouring into that hole, coming from behind a blue sky.
Is that like? Hold up. Navori gets another rock and tries to throw it at the hole.
The rock sails through the hole.
She vaguely listens to see if she hears a rock exploding or anything, but she probably doesn't. Just like, well, that might.
Is there anything like. I'm asking this because I'm not good at. Like. Being attentive, but there's like nothing here watching us watch the sun, right? Just, you know.
Navori looks back at the big thing in the middle of the room.
Right, there's not like people or monsters. Sybil has a look.
Perception.
$16.
You seem to be awfully alone in here.
Wow, we seem to be pretty alone in here.
Can Navori do a religion check? Sense for divine.
Yeah, sure, why not?
18.
Okay. Nothing in here seems particularly divine.
Okay. She feels a little bit better about that.
How high is the hole in the wall?
First, Maria, make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
good.
no.
A saving throw or a check?
Saving throw.
Okay.
Maria gets possessed by an elder god.
We all out here getting possessed or like turning into shadow versions of ourselves. If you ain't doing PvP in Barovia, you can get fucked.
Maria, you feel yourself beginning to disassociate.
Oh, cool.
After walking into here.
That's familiar.
But you managed to pull yourself back together. But boy, are you very uncomfortable.
Can she pinpoint? Was it something her eyes went over? Can she find it again?
Yeah, make a perception check.
Perception.
Looking back out a bit more carefully now, you lock eyes with just a set of the tendrils that are curling up around things and feel your heart begin to race a little bit.
All right, well, step the fuck away from that and just give it a good long stare.
Well, you look at it, it twitches a little bit and squeezes tighter and then releases its hold. And just kind of keeps pulsing like something is, it's like a hand kind of squeezing every once in a while, but tentacles made out of maybe plant matter. It's hard to see.
Very bad. Just she's gonna sit and she's gonna, well, she's not gonna sit, but she's gonna try and plumb the black hole that is her memory and see if anything comes up.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? Everyone get out of here for a few seconds.
Oh, hell yeah!
except for you, Mario.
Bye!
Been a while since I got to do this.
Oh shit.
All right. You sit there trying to get a grasp on what this is. And suddenly your mind is flooded with a memory that you've never had before. And it's a memory of people screaming in agony. It's a memory that is better left locked away, as you remember tentacles or tendrils like these lashing out of the ground and tearing people under the earth that you're standing on. But when you look around, or you don't remember what this earth looked like, you don't remember where you were, you don't even remember being, you just remember witnessing. You don't recognize any of the people, you don't know who you were with, you just know that you were with people.
And
were you? You're not sure if you were with people or if you were witnessing this or what were you at the time. But these tentacles make you remember loss.
Okay. Very bad.
And yes.
It doesn't. Does it recall to mind her party at all, or that doesn't connect? Her last party.
I mean, that's up to you.
Oh, it's up to me? Oh God.
Yeah. It might.
Yeah.
It's traumatic. It's traumatic and not something that she can place.
Okay.
Yeah, it's up to you how to interpret it.
Cool. All right. Very good.
Let me grab them.
Okay.
Hey.
Hey. All right. How fucked is Maria?
What did we come back to?
Well, Maria just zones the fuck out at this pillar of tentacles for quite some time. And then she does sit down very, very slowly because her legs won't hold her up anymore.
Oh no.
And she's not really looking at anybody, but there's this real quiet ticking noise. Like there's something small hitting the ground where she's sitting. But that's it.
Sybil turns the fuck around.
Navori's absolutely gonna be like, whoa, wait. And she's going over to Maria and she's kind of, I mean, I don't know if she needs to sit or just kind of kneel. She probably doesn't even need to.
She's that short.
She looks at Maria's like, all right. What happened?
You would say she's been crying, except there's no like particular moisture on her face. But there is a handful of tiny little opals on the floor.
Oh
No!
But
just kind of, she looks. Stop, go on.
Oh no, she's just disassociating like straight ahead at this pillar of tentacles, and she's not apparently seeing anything else.
Navarre kind of looks mildly horrified. She sort of glances back at what Maria's looking at, and I'm guessing it doesn't look that much different from the other pillars of tentacle. Does it? Is it like this particular pillar different?
No.
Okay.
Sybil's still gonna put herself between Maria and that particular pillar.
Yeah, Navarre's gonna like go over and kind of hug Maria.
She doesn't immediately respond. She just seems to be there for now. But she's not screaming or anything. She's just very quiet.
Kess is observing.
Yeah, Navori eventually sort of just sits by her and looks at her and is like, hey, hey.
Yes.
Oh, I mean, you're not okay. What just happened?
Oh, I think I remembered something. I remember.
But not good, I take it.
No, not good. I remember seeing these come up through the ground and take people down with them. Well, I don't know if I was there or if I'm just witness to it, but they didn't do anything good.
Well, that's foreboding.
These same things here.
Ah, yes.
Oof.
I wouldn't get close.
Yeah, no, yeah. Wasn't gonna do that anyway.
Is there like... Is there an actual, like, hole in the ground where they're coming out of? Or are they just, like, all over the place?
These are all over the place. There are definitely like places that they're sprouting out of stone. They look like they burst into this room. Yeah, that's what you're asking.
Okay. Then
Does it? Sorry.
perhaps we should get outside.
Yeah, but
How high
wait.
is the hole in the wall?
Does it look like there's a from where the hole is?
Can you repeat that? Sorry.
Oh, my thing's red again. Shit. Does it look like the hole come?
I missed
Hello?
everything after the hole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're...
You cut out.
Maybe type it.
I'm also like cutting in and out. Like
Oh,
I just had a
okay.
whole last minute where I couldn't hear any of you.
All right.
Discord might just be being
Oh, and there it goes again.
Yeah.
Hello.
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 Hello?
Hello.
Okay.
Das.
Das.
Das, please.
Das, please.
Come back to us, please.
Try saying a thing we oh.
Oh,
Well.
unfortunate.
Oh, good.
No good.
Fuck.
So close.
Oh.
Oh, wait.
There
Wait,
you
I
are.
heard her.
Das. Das, come to us.
Hi.
Hey.
Hello.
Yes.
We
Alright,
can
there
hear
you
you
Yay.
now.
Okay, cool. The green. It was in red the whole
Oh.
time, then like super
Yeah.
up.
It's been really discombobulated all night.
Yeah.
It's kind of coming back.
Quick, get it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Does it look like the tentacles are coming from the hole in the wall?
Oh, no.
Ah.
Okay, sick.
How high is it?
It is about 7 or 8 feet off the ground. It's easily climbable.
Alright, well, Sybil's gonna go see what's outside of the hole in the wall in particular, because she doesn't want to start climbing through something and fall into nothing.
Hmm,
For now, Kess is keeping watch on the tentacle pillars.
Yeah, Clive's watching him very.
peeking out
He's
over
very
the
comfortable.
okay, peeking out over the edge, Sybil, you see a very green, spacious land.
Green
see,
like
like,
tentacles.
No, like just beautiful landscape.
Uh-huh.
And you
Sybil
see like
is
a
suspicious.
cliff that you can climb out on.
Sybil turns to the party and she says, "Yeah, well, we could get the fuck out of here, but there's a whole lot of green. Don't know if that's good or bad. Frankly, we're pretty fucked in either direction, so I guess we could just leave."
Before we go,
I mean-
shouldn't we search the room?
Cass will
I
take a look around on behalf of Maria.
Just give those things a wide berth.
Mm.
Yeah. Minna will help in looking around, but
All right. Give me
Yeah, well-
investigation.
Maya, can you? How about you come over here, says Sybil as she walks over to Maria to escort her over there.
Yeah, Navari.
Will she, mill she? Yeah, she gets up and heads towards the hole in the wall instead.
Yeah, Navari goes with her.
Give me 1 second. No. Okay. Minnow and Kess, you guys spend some time looking around and you find a handful of items, and it's up to you if you take them or not. You find a sword with a golden hilt and a flickering blade that looks like it is kind of phasing in and out of existence a little bit.
Mhm.
When you grab it, it settles into existence, but whenever you let go, it kind of goes back to flickering.
Alright.
You find a sack full of some kind of coins. You're not sure what they are. You find. Let's see. What else do you find here? You find a stick with a gem on one end of it.
What kind of gem?
It looks like a. Let me see. What kind of gem is it? It is a small. God damn it! That didn't show me. Eh. God damn it. It has a small diamond.
Okay.
Very small.
Okay.
I'm worried about that. And then and then you find a scroll of some sort. And that's it.
All right. Is there, like, aside from looting, is there anything of note, like in terms of symbology, symbols of the sun and moon? Like, is there that shit around here?
it's Lightbringer reacting to anything.
Yeah.
No. This seems remarkably out of place, even. At some point, when you walk near one of the tentacles, it unfurls from one of the pillars and slowly drifts towards you, like it's just kind of testing or tasting the space that you just walked through. And then it grows and curls back around one of the pillars.
Okay. So. Is everyone going out?
Oh, no.
Not yet.
Okay.
Navari wants to look outside too, and she's also gonna look for like signs of similar tentacly stuff, or like
When you look outside,
yeah, or so you said there's like a ramp or like a way out. she's sort of looking at that too to see if it looks I don't know, scuffed up or damaged or like some weird shit happened on it or if it just looks fine.
Alright, make a perception check.
Okay. 14.
The thing that you can use to climb out looks pretty much untouched. And there are no like tentacles leading up that. It seems like they are mostly content where they are.
Hmm. Okay. And, out of curiosity, the place they came in through, is wide enough, like for a number of people to go through, or is it fairly thin and very
It was
close to those?
wide enough for you guys to kind of wander through together, but it wouldn't be wide enough for a lot of people.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And looking back at it, you actually see that the stone things that you were walking beneath were some of those fleshy plant-like tentacles. They were just kind of inert because now they're sticking to the wall that was above the entranceway and are dug into the stone, squeezing every once in a while.
Hmm. Yup. Mavori's just kind of like, well, there's no fucking divine energy here.
Oh. But, like, how do you know? Did you see anything?
I mean, I felt for it earlier. I didn't feel anything like that in here. This room seems a lot different than everything else we came across.
Doesn't
I can't help but
belong
wonder
here.
if it's like that other shit, like weird stuff turning up where it shouldn't be.
Hmm.
And we can't get a lot of people through there without getting rid of some of this stuff. Like, if you said they grab Pete about it.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't think we could get 100 people up the mountain as it stands, really.
Yeah. Navari kind of looks out again. She's like, should we look out there? Did you guys find anything over in here? She looks back at, like, Cass and Minnow. Cass, I don't know what that means.
Cass mostly just like gestures with the phasey sword that she found that is now that she's now holding.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
Minnow
weird.
will have the stick and the coin and the scroll in the crook of an arm and just kind of seems like an
Everything
adventure
else.
stuff.
Well, that's neat. What's the sword do?
Cass shrugs. and then she looks at a pillar like she considers testing it on it and then thinks better of it for now.
For now. The whole room just eats them.
Let's not anger the room.
He can.
Don't worry, she's waiting until everyone's outside.
Oh my god.
Let's not anger the potentially fucking sleeping
And then they can't
elder
get back.
abomination below.
Jesus.
Cass might be like statistically level 5, but in her heart she's level 20.
May we all live like we're level 20. Well, Sybil's gonna look at Maria. How's Maria doing right now?
Well, she looks like Maria always looks like she's living inside of a dial tone, so it's a little hard to tell.
Whoa!
Oh my goodness.
She is looking outside,
Alright.
though. She has her back firmly turned to that room.
Well, Sybil is gonna, Sybil's just gonna fuss for a hot minute. Sybil's gonna, like, just kinda adjust the fur that Maria has around her shoulders. And she's gonna, like, sweep some hair away from her good, not covered eye. And she's gonna be like, alright, here's the thing. we're gonna. I mean, at least I'm gonna try to go through the hole in the wall. And if we all go, I do not want you to be last in the room. Are you alright with that? Because I would greatly prefer you not be in this room alone. You don't have to go out first, I'll go out first, but you can't be last.
Alright. That seems
Alright.
sane.
Okay, and then Sybil's gonna just shove her skinny ass through the fucking hole in the wall. She doesn't go out ass first in actuality. She goes out like a normal person.
Sybil crawling through holes 2018.
Let her go!
Alright. Shimmying out, you find yourself standing on a cliff overlooking.
Does she get attacked by any strange plant life here too?
No, but make a perception check.
Oh, good.
Here it comes.
16.
In the distance, you see something animal-like
Okay.
and vaguely cat-shaped
Uh-huh.
and like kind of orangish colored, moving
Cat
around.
shaped like a tabaxi or cat shaped like a cat?
Like a
Or
cat.
cat shaped like,
Like
a
a
tiger.
tiger.
Like there's a lot of cat shaped.
Like a large, like a mountain lion.
Okay.
Kind of moving around some rocks.
Okay.
It's all very pretty and very picturesque.
Sybil says it. Well, she sticks her head through the hole in the wall and she's like, well, I'm suspicious, but it's like, it's nice. There's a big old cat.
Is it like a cat you pet or a cat that's gonna eat you?
I mean, those could be both, really. Like, once this old lady who was in the apartment next to me died, and all of her cats started eating her body, like, because they had nothing left to eat, you know? So, any cat could be a cat that'll eat you.
Yeah, but like one that'll eat you when you're alive.
That could still be any cat. Are you asking if it's big? It's a big cat.
Okay.
Claire gets tired of this conversation and steps through the fucking hole.
Yeah.
Sybil extends a hand to Maria to help get her
Yeah.
through the hole.
Maria shimmies through as well.
Okay. With you guys all.
Navori's
stepping
looking
through
at
the hole.
Cass.
Yeah,
Navori is pointedly looking at Cass
yeah,
because
Cass pointedly looking at Navori, and she's waiting for Navori to go through that hole.
Navori's
Cass, you
like,
can't be last either. I will come back out here.
Minna's still there too,
Yeah,
so now you
yeah.
go first.
listen,
Lightly through the
Cass
door.
here's
is
the
not
thing,
playing
right?
stupid, you know? That's the only
No,
person
this is
she won't
bad
play stupid with.
news. This is the only way back that we know of. If it gets swallowed up by like some giant tentacle entity, we're all
fire.
fucked. So how about we just like not poke it until we're getting the fuck out of here?
Let's
okay?
not purge anything until the plane is nice and empty.
Navori's
Cass
still
looks like
staring
she's-
at Cass.
Yeah, she looks like she's less inclined to punch anything in here, but she's also not gonna let them be last. So y'all can have a stare off if you want, but she doesn't budge.
I tell you what, Sybil's gonna look at Nave and go, Nave. Nave,
Yeah.
get on her back.
Nice. Navori
She's like
goes over
7
to
feet
Cass.
tall, you could climb it like a tree. Just get on her back.
She's like, yeah, we go together, right?
Sound, Navori. Sound. Well, she's
Because us
10 with
bringing
her.
up Zorio always goes well.
Yeah. Well, look. Too bad. Navori's like, she absolutely looks like she's gonna start trying to climb Cass.
Like a
Cass
baby
doesn't move.
koala.
Yeah.
Minna's gonna wait to watch this before she climbs out the hole. As
Does
if
Cass
it's gonna
move?
offer some sort of like security that Cass will go.
Is Cass gonna like start walking or not?
I mean, she's next to the hole.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, she's waiting for everyone else to be out. And then she's
Navori
gonna
just
go
climbs
ahead.
on her back. She's not gonna have any of this shit.
Ascend the
Kess
paladin.
like Kess just like waits for her to go through the hole because I don't think like that they can both fit. Like
Can they both fit?
How big is the hall?
I mean, they could both fit. It's.
Ha!
Hey,
I swear to God, you guys.
Listen, it's important.
trust issues.
You guys have spent like 20 minutes deciding who's going through this hole and
I
how.
RP.
It's important, man.
Quality RP.
Emotional moments? Yeah, sure. Arguing over walking through a hole? An hour.
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah.
Well,
Forget about the spare water conversation.
stop. Stop.
You know.
Never
Yeah.
forget
I
about
swear
how
to
bad
God,
we
whenever I
can.
hear that, I get something akin to a period cramp. Like,
God.
it physically pains me.
Are you guys all going through the hole now?
Yes, we're all through the hole.
Yes,
Oh,
we're
yeah,
back to the home.
We did it.
Alright. Stepping through the hole, you guys are met with this sight.
Well, that's pretty as fuck.
Yeah.
And there's that
Yeah.
cat.
Yeah.
Hey!
Clive's immediately like, none of this is real. This can't be real. What the fuck is going on? There's some
Mario
shit.
has rubbed off on him.
Yeah.
He's been in Barovia for so long, and he's like, I cannot fathom a place in Barovia looking like this. I refuse.
Yeah.
You have to blink your eyes against the dusk sunlight that's slowly beginning to wane, and out in front of you is this landscape with a just green grass leading you away from the cliff that you're now standing on, overlooking a waterfall and a massive lake. Large trees tower in the distance, green forest, large mountains. And when you turn to look behind you, there's nothing more than a mountain pass.
Oh.
What?
So wait, there's no hole?
No. In
They
fact,
all fucked!
when you climbed out of the hole, you felt like you were stepping through a thin veneer of something.
We're in a simulation.
That's not where my mind was going.
Okay, Navori, like, I don't know, like, she's still on Kess, right? But if Kess is close to the mountain face, she's trying to reach out with either her hand or her tail to, like, see if she can push through wherever the fuck they came out of.
It's just, I mean, there's a mountain pass. Like, there's a pass for you to go in behind you instead of, like, a hole in the ground.
Okay, but I mean,
So-
she's trying to see if she could, like, if there's just an illusion where they came through. Like, if it's a portal.
There's open space behind you.
Oh,
Like,
okay. She throws. No, she can't. She doesn't. She needs to pick up a rock.
She
She
can
gets
get
on the
off
cast.
Cass's.
Yeah, she finds a rock and she throws it behind them to see if it vanishes, but she's pretty sure it's not gonna.
Navori has
Is
thrown
she-
3 rocks.
is she throwing it into the mountain pass? Or, like,
Wherever
into the
they came
landscape?
from.
Okay, yeah, into the mountain pass then.
Yeah.
You throw it out, and the rock clatters around, and
Mario looks like she
Oh,
has
fucked!
she has an expression on her face, and she looks pissed. She's gonna walk back into the fucking mountain pass.
Oh no, Sybil's gonna follow her.
okay.
And it's just a mountain pass?
You see it winding, and you walk for like a minute or two, and you find that it's going uphill. And you crest that hill quickly enough. It's not very high. And looking out, you see a land of darkness out in front of you, just coated in that greasy orange light that you're used to seeing, with a barren open plain and a small little copse of burned out trees in the middle of a large dead forest.
So she turns back and she's looking at Minnow, but she's looking more at Lightbringer that Minnow has. And then back at the pass and the rest of Dead Barovia. I guess we took a shortcut.
Wait, so we okay.
I guess there's wait. I have a question. Is there any way that you could use Lightbringer at the top of the mountain to like bring light? Just I mean, I don't know.
What?
Like, it's called Lightbringer. We crawled all the way to the top of a fucking mountain. It's probably some mythic weapon. Like, you can't just stand at the top of a mountain all majestic-like and bring light. With Lightbringer, like, it just seems just mythological enough.
Okay, so you're saying you want to just bring light to what, Barovia?
Yeah. I mean, there's light on this side, and there's not light on that side.
The place could use some sunshine.
I think perhaps if Lightbringer could have done that, they would have done that a long time ago.
Well...
Not without someone to hold it.
Navori's just kind of blinking a lot, like she.
I'm just saying, like, if you make an attempt, what's the worst that could happen? Nothing?
I could attempt. This girl does not look like she has any magical capacity at all. Even though she did a wind tunnel bullshit like 3 episodes ago. No. But she... She's gonna point that thing to the heavens.
Okay.
And feel really, really wanting to shed some light on the darkness of this world. With feeling.
You guys watch Minnow just stand there for a good 30 seconds.
Clive watches for a couple of seconds, and then Clive just lets out this really audible, frustrated sigh, and then turns around and feeds Boon.
Yeah, Navori kind of a while.
I guess what I was thinking is it brought us through someplace to get here, so I assume there's something we ought to find.
Oh yeah, it's like some sort of.
Oh no.
Oh, I missed that.
Bye, Des.
Yeah.
Go again.
I like hearing the angry robot every once in a while. Oh,
Couldn't. Even the roboting couldn't stop it.
yep. Hold on. Let's try again. Here we go. All right. Speak, everyone.
It's better.
Hello.
Everyone.
Yes?
Everyone.
Maybe.
Das.
Speak, friend,
Oh.
Nope. I heard an angry
I heard
robot
I heard
sigh.
a sigh, yeah.
Oh.
Have you ever wondered what it sounds like in a robot sigh?
It's better.
Just heard it.
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes.
Sick.
Whoa.
Thing went green instead of red.
Oh.
Oh god.
Huh.
I don't even fucking remember what I was saying.
Maria was saying she thinks there's something they have to find here because, like,
Oh,
Lightbringer just, like, gave them a shortcut up.
Yeah.
They went through something.
Yeah, and it was like it's sort of like it was like a test or something.
Yeah. Oh, and it passed us through.
Yeah, a test to see if we have blood in our bodies or not, I fucking presume.
Yeah, among other things.
Well, wait, no, hold on. So fucking undead don't actually bleed, do they?
Right.
Oh.
Or think.
Yeah. But like,
Well,
aren't
vampires
vampires supposed to
don't.
be smarter? But like, here's the thing: they still don't have blood.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So maybe it's a test. Like, hey, you're alive. You're welcome here.
I only thing that troubles me is the last room.
Yeah, that didn't even really seem like it should have been there. Like, you know, those fucking oozes, or like that worm.
Right.
But hey, look, there's a weird place beyond the mountains that's really pretty.
I don't
So at least
trust
that's
any of this
true.
shit.
Yeah, I know, I don't really either.
I think something is keeping a small preserve safe.
I might regret this. Is there like any grass around? Are they just surrounded by rock, like sheer rock right now?
No, there's grass growing in between the rocks.
Okay, Navoria's absolutely gonna pull a Laffy and like grab some grass and stick it in her mouth.
In the cosmos, Luffy
It-
smiles.
It tastes like dirt and grass.
Okay, well this is real fucking grass.
Did that... you feel better? Did that do anything for you?
I mean, look. If it was an illusion, I wouldn't be able to eat the fucking grass, would I?
Well, here's the thing. I can cast this spell, right? And it just makes everything feel like it actually is. So, if there's a very powerful illusion being cast, then you would theoretically taste grass.
What time of day is it?
Shit.
Dusk.
Yeah, it's dusk.
Why don't we make a camp?
Yeah.
Try to decide where to explore first.
Alright, that's fair.
Hello?
Well, here we
Oh,
and
well, there we go.
Well,
Oh my god.
hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Hello.
Okay.
Hi.
Yay, Discord.
Okay. Are you guys setting up camp for the night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's where we're gonna end tonight.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, everyone's
sound
Discord.
Difficulties.
Fucking
Yeah.
breaks down, yeah.
Yeah.
Until we
Yeah.
turn off stream, then it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Okay.
Huh.